Last Raps Baseball is on the air, and tonight we are bringing you action from the NPB featuring the Seibu Lions and the Orix Buffaloes. Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, everybody, wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight from the Kisara Dome in Osaka, we are going to be covering the Seibu Lions and the Orix Buffaloes. It's the third game of the three-game set, and each team has knocked off one victory in the first two games. We're first of all going to give you the starting lineups from the visitors from Saitama. Leading off and playing second base is number 5, Shuta Tonosaki. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 6, Suzuki Genda. Hitting third and doing the catching is number 10, Tomoya Mori. The cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Hataka Yamakawa. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 60, Takiya Nakamura. Hitting sixth and playing first base is number 39, Nin-Ting Wu. Hitting seventh and in center field is number 46, Shohei Suzuki. Batting eighth in left field is number 30, Brian O'Grady. And batting ninth in right field is number 53, Ito. And there is a last-minute change to the starting pitchers as the Orix Buffaloes will be sending out Sachiro Yamazaki. He takes to the hill with an 0-2 record. He's worked 18 innings. He's allowed 19 hits, 14 runs, 11 of which have been earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 9. And he's got an earned run average of 5.50. And now the starting lineup for the home team from Orix, or from Osaka, as the Orix Buffaloes, where they play their home games. Leading off in center field is number 1, Shuhei Fukuda. Hitting second and playing second base is number 5, Masahiro Nishino. Hitting third and playing third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Hitting in the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 7, Masataka Yoshida. Batting fifth at first base is number 44, Yuma Tongu. Batting sixth and in left field is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is number 2, Kenya Wakatsuki. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 24, Kataro Kirbayashi. And batting ninth in right field is number 41, Kodai Sano. And they're going to be facing the left-hander, the American left-hander. It'll be Dietrich Entens taking to the hill. He's 8-6 on the year. He's worked 99 in the third innings. He's allowed 80 hits, 33 runs, 30 which have been earned. He's walked 32 and struck out 69, and he's got an earned run average of 2.72. Well, those are your starting lineups for the two teams tonight. It's going to be Lions and Buffaloes when we return. Hang tight, everybody. We're glad you're with us. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always appreciative to have our audience here with us during these games. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is Sachiro Yamazaki is just playing catch in front of the dugout, and this one will be ready to get going here in just a couple moments. We did say it was a late scratch as he has taken over, as it was originally they had slated today. It was supposed to be Ren Mataki, I think it was, who was supposed to be starting in this one here, and we had taken a look earlier on as to who that possibly was going to be to replace, but he is taking over here tonight as he will be getting the start as Ren Mukanoki had a 2-1 record, and originally that was our thought. Well, our thought hasn't changed. We thought initially that the Seibu Lions, that this is their game to lose. We think that they are the favorite in this one, and that's how we would look at it tonight with Dietrich ends on the hill. The Buffaloes have been playing good baseball as of lately, but I think tonight with the lefty ends, he's going to come in and do the job if you had to ask me in advance. But that's why we play the game, so who knows? But Yamazaki has definitely had himself his struggles this year. He's allowed 19 hits in the 18 innings he's worked. As we said at the top of the stream, he's walked 8 as well, only striking out 9. So there are going to be balls put into play. He's got that fluffed up ERA of 5.50. So he's going to be getting the start. He's on the mound. He's completing his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to get this one going right underway in just a couple moments. For tonight's ball game, a few things. We've got Cash and Dad's Pack Busters in the house. We welcome you for stopping in. We expect they have a healthy audience here tonight. And hopefully you can stick around with us as we do this one. Coming up to lead off the ball game for the Lions, it's going to be Shida Tonosaki, then it's Suzuki Genda and Tomoya Mori, the 1, 2, 3 hitters in the batting order for the Lions. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, the way they're going to line up across your YouTube screens, it's going to be from left to right field. Left fielder is Kai Nakagawa. In center field is going to be Shuhei Fukuda, and the right fielder tonight getting the start is Kodai Sano. Around the horn from first to third, it is Yumatongo at first. The second baseman is Masahiro Nishino. The shortstop will be Kataro Kobayashi, and the third baseman is Yumamune. And the battery, of course, is going to be Sachiro Yamazaki. And the catcher is going to be Kenya Wakatsuki. Well, the right-hander Yamazaki has completed his warm-up tosses, and we are about ready to get this one underway as Shida Tonosaki comes to the plate. On the year, he's hitting .224. He's got 10 homers and 42 runs batted in. Bats from the right side against the right-handed throwing Yamazaki. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tonosaki. Right-hander Yamazaki works from the stretch position. He holds and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that again catches the outside corner. Now the count's 0-2 as Tonosaki does a slow 360-degree turn. You can tell he was unimpressed by the call of the home plate umpire. Here we are at the second pitch of the ball game. So no balls and 2 strikes. Yamazaki, he's got a lot of long legs and long arms on this fella. Here comes the pitch. It is a split-figure pitch, swung on and missed. Tonosaki is in the books for the first out of the ball game. 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Suzuki Genda. Well, for Genda, he's hitting .283 on the year. He's got a couple of homers and 16 RBIs. He gets the nod at shortstop tonight. This is the only game underway in the NPB right now, as all of the other games that are on the docket are going to be starting a little bit later. As the left-handed hitting Genda waggles his bat, and here comes the first offering from Yamazaki. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So 4 pitches to start the ball game, and all strikes so far for Yamazaki. As the right-hander gets his sign from Wakatsuki, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 1-1. That last pitch clocked in at 96 miles an hour. So the right-hander leans in and gets his sign. Now he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 1-1. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Genda. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a little different setup for us here tonight. Hopefully you guys can enjoy it. I know I asked Steve Rademacher if we had a good sound early on, and he says we do. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. Genda is retired on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Our friend Steve Rademacher says he subbed to Cash and Dad's Pack Busters. Very generous of you there, Steve. Do you go and check him out? So Tomoya Mori comes to the plate. He's batting .250 on the season. He's got a couple of homers. Sorry, he's got 5 homers and 29 RBIs. From the left side against the right-handed throwing Yamazaki, who kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. These two teams played last evening. It was the pitching of the Buffaloes, Miyagi, who quieted the Lions' bats as there was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's now 1-1. It was a 6-0 victory for the Buffaloes. Yuma Mune had hit his 4th homer of the year in that one. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Mori. As the right-hander Yamazaki holds set, now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 2-1. On the Friday night game, it was the Lions winning in extra innings, 3-2. If you would have asked me on Friday, it would have been Yoshinobu Yamamoto's game to lose. He got out-dueled. There's a fastball swung on it. It has popped up over on the left side of the infield. Moving over underneath it is the shortstop Kirbayashi. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the first inning. Well, the Lions, they had no runs. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through a half inning. It is the Lions, no score. The Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple of moments.
A bunch of my currency. We have Legos. We have Star Wars. We have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order for the Buffaloes here in the bottom of the first inning. That means Shuhei Fukuda, Masahiro Nishino, and Yuma Mune face the left-hander Dietrich Gens, who's just completing his warm-up tosses. Defensively tonight for the Seibu Seibu Lions across your YouTube screens, from left field to right field, it'll be Brian O'Grady in the left. Shohei Suzuki gets the nod in center field tonight. The right fielder is Ito. Around the horn from first to third, it is Nin-Ting Wu at first. The second baseman is Shida Tonosaki. Suzuki Genda is holding the shortstop position down as Takiya Nakamura is at third. And the battery is Dietrich Ens and Tomoya Mori. Well, Ens has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one back underway. As the left-hander is going to face Shuhei Fukuda, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. For Fukuda, he's batting .276. He's got no homers and 19 runs batted in. He bats from the left side against the left-handed throwing Ens, who works from the stretch position and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. As we mentioned earlier in the week, the late night games that the midweek games that we were able to do of the NPB, were able to call a couple of games here. We're going to try to squeeze some mid-morning games in. If you're on the East Coast, hopefully you can get up and join us at 5 a.m. But we'll have to see how we can do this, as we are not in our Western time zone. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's now 1-2 to Fukuda. Other games around the NPB tonight, all the other games that are being played are going to be later starts, as there is a fastball that misses, and the count is now 2-2 to Fukuda. Games that will begin at 1 a.m. Eastern or at 10 p.m. if you are on the Pacific Coast. Will be the Hanshin Tigers and the Chinichi Dragons over in the Central League. The other Pacific League action will be Fukuoka and Hokkaido. As here comes the 2-2 offering as Ens kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to first, but it is just past the bag in foul territory, and that keeps the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shuhei Fukuda. Then the other games are much later starts, 1 a.m. Eastern at 3 a.m. Eastern or midnight Pacific. It's going to be the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Chibalote Marines. As the fastball is swung on and fouled away, it's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2 to Fukuda. As we were saying before, the other games that are going on will also be at 5 a.m. if you are in the Central League. That'll be the Swallows and the Bay Stars. That'll be the final set there, and the Giants and the Carp are going at it. As the breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So Fukuda is starting to be a thorn in the side of Dietrich Ens, as he's already seen 7 pitches in this at-bat. I've seen Ens pitch a few times this year, and I do like his stuff. Once he can get into a groove, he can be very, very difficult. But He's just lacking that little piece sometimes to put guys away, and this is that kind of example. He gets into long at-bats with 2 or 3 hitters, and it really drives his pitch count up over the course of the ball game. If he just had a few more miles on his fastball or a little bit more bite on the breaking ball, it would probably be able to bury some of these hitters. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and now the count is 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Fukuda. Our hobbyist is in the house here. He says, "Konnichiwa. We appreciate you for stopping in, Chris. We're on your time here tonight, as we are on the East Coast, giving it to you this evening." So here comes the 3-2 pitch. And it is a fastball swung on it. It's grounded up the middle off of ends, and the ball is just going to trickle past him to the shortstop, Genda. No play is going to be made. Shuhei Fukuda has got himself an infield single, as he is aboard here for the first runner of the ball game. The ball was hit right back to ends. It went off his glove and just trickled past him out. It's not going to be charged in error. That was a difficult play in which to make. Hobbyist says, "What are we doing over here?" We got some relatives to visit, so we're doing that exact thing. So that's going to bring up number 5, Masahiro Nishino. Nishino on the season, batting .270 with no homers and 6 RBIs. That's from the left side against the left-handed pitching ends. And ends holds set, but he throws over to first, and diving back in time is the base runner, Fukuda. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow. We're going to be getting a chance to head over to Greenfield Village. If you've never been there before, Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. We're going to get a chance to get over. They play 1867 rules baseball. As here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So we're going to get a chance to see a couple of the teams play at Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village. They play all the time there. They also host some tournaments. There's all kinds of teams that play across the coast a little bit. But a hobbyist says, "I thought you sounded different." Hopefully the sound is good. We've got a little different setup. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Nishino. So they have all kinds of teams in the state of Ohio, Pennsylvania, different places. They play the 1867 rules. And some of the unique rules are that if the ball is caught on a bounce, the hitter will be retired. If a fan who catches a ball in the stands makes the catch, you can toss it to the defensive player, and they too can be retired. Hobbyist says, "It sounds like you're in a smaller room." Possibly, but now this actually is a pretty big size room. It's just maybe the acoustics are a little different because we're sitting in front of a wall as opposed to with the open air around it. So I wonder if that causes a bit of an echo. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul past the first base coach's box, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nishino. So one of the other rules, they don't call the fans or the supporters fans, they call them cranks. So if a crank catches a ball and flips it to a defensive player, then the batter would be deemed as out. And I was laughing, saying, if you can only imagine in New York what it'd be like with the Mets and the Yankees playing, people showing up in the park with all their gloves in the stands and trying to catch balls and flipping them to their teams. The fights in the stands would be massive. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. Nishino stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 1st inning. That's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, the Buffalo's not afraid of the left-handed pitching ends. They start the game with 4 straight left-handed batters coming to the plate. I have to do a double check on Yuma Tongu, but 4 lefties to face the lefty. Dave Roberts is probably rolling over right now in Los Angeles. Can't believe that he's watching this happen. The Japanese don't really care too much about the lefty-lefty matchup. So here's the first pitch from ends to Mune. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field for a base hit, and it gets by the right fielder, Ido, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Digging around second, heading to third, heading around third, heading home is the batter Fukuda, or the runner Fukuda, and cruising into third is going to be Yuma Mune after that ball was absolutely butchered by the right fielder. And the Buffaloes are on the board with a 1-0 lead. And they've got a runner at third with one away. That play there by the right fielder Ido was a rookie mistake. The problem is Ido is not a rookie. The ball came in, and he went to take the ball on a bounce. He reached his glove out. He wasn't able to stop the ball. As soon as the ball got by him, you knew that Mune had at least second and probably more. So it's more likely going to be ruled a base hit, because I don't think that it would have been a single, but it would have been a two-base error on the right fielder. It allows him to go all the way over to third. It's going to score Fukuda. No RBI on the play. But the Buffaloes now have themselves a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first inning, and Masataka Yoshida is at the plate. The first pitch to Yoshida is a breaking ball that misses down for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yoshida. Yoshida on the season is batting .314. He's got 14 homers and 63 runs batted in. As our friend the hobbyist was asking about the setup, we also have a different mic, so that plays a little bit of a factor as well. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yoshida. Yoshida digs himself back in, and now he's waiting on the offering here from Enns. They do have the infield in, do the Lions. And the first inning here is a fastball misses inside. The count goes to 2-1. Strategically, that's always interesting to see how the defense decides to play it. And certainly when they have the infield in this situation, the first inning, they must be figuring it's going to be a low-scoring ball game or a close ball game. Every run is going to count. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It is fielded it's caught by the third baseman. Couldn't quite tell if it took the hop or not, but it is going to be ruled a catch. So a nice play by Takiya Nakamura to make the catch. That's going to retire Yoshida for the second out of the inning. As we get a look on the replay on that one there, the big third baseman has to move a little bit to his left. He's able to make that grab, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. And our friend Dylan Hoffman says he's got the money on Orix tonight on the money line. So Yuma Tongu steps to the plate. He's hitting .233 with 5 homers and 17 RBIs. I don't know if you saw our community page, Dylan, but we posted our stuff up today. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We made our predictions, and of course, right now we're in the hole as we have the Lions with the victory over the Buffaloes. But the starting pitcher changed before the ball game. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, it was originally supposed to be a different starter for the Buffaloes. As a fastball misses upstairs, the count goes even at 1-1. As Sachiro Yamazaki ended up getting the ball, and that to me makes a difference. It wouldn't have been a big difference in our change. We would have probably stayed exactly how we did with the left-hander Enns on the mound. Our friend, the hobbyist, asked a question. He says, are there different rules in Japan? There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 on Tongu. I'll touch on that a little bit here, Chris, over this rest of this inning and the next inning. Dylan says, do we get a better starter? Statistically, the starter isn't better, but he has a fastball that runs up in the mid-upper 90s. And if he's on his game throwing strikes, he's going to be tough to hit. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Tongu on strikes for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning. Well, in the inning, there was one run in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. It is the Buffaloes 1, the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the second inning in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out. It is going to be the heart of the Lions batting order coming up here in the second inning. That means Hataka Yamakawa, Takia Nakamura, and Nin-Ting Wu face the right-hander Sachiro Yamazaki. Yamazaki, as we said at the top of the stream, brought an 0-2 record to the game tonight. Been roughed up. He had an ERA of 5.5. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1 to Yamakawa. Yamakawa hitting .275. He's the Pacific League home run leader. He's got 36 homers and 77 runs batted in. Our friend the hobbyist asked if there were different rules in Japan. And so I'll give you a few that pop for me in that question that he asked. The first one is that there are limits on how many foreign players can be on the field at one time. As a fastball is popped up, it's in foul territory on the first base side, and moving under and making the catch is Yuma Tongu. That is going to retire Hataka Yamakawa for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Takia Nakamura. So you can only have 3 import players in a game at one time, and you can only have 4 on the game sheet. So in other words, you'll see some teams like the Hanshin Tigers last year, or was it 2 years ago? They had 8 players, international players, on their 70-man roster between the farm club and the top team. The first pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Nakamura. But they could only use 3 at one time in the games, and you can only put 4 on the game sheet. So in other words, you might have a starting pitcher who's an American player, and you have a Dominican shortstop, and you have a Venezuelan right fielder all in the game. As the fastball is swung on and missed, the count is now 0-2 to Nakamura. But what you have to do is you have to then make a couple of changes. If you decide that you want to bring in another import player, you have to take 1 out. So only 3 max on the field at one time. Another interesting rule is, by letter of the law, is when you come set in Japan, you have to hold the ball for 3 seconds. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2, or else it is a balk. Well, I don't always see pitchers holding it for 3 seconds. At the same time, I also haven't seen many balks in the Japanese league. I've been doing the games for a couple of years here, and very rarely do you ever see a balk called. So there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Nakamura. So those are things that pop for me. As far as other rules are concerned, the games can end in ties. In the regular season, they only play 3 extra innings. So after the 12th inning, if the game is tied, that's it. It's tied. There's no extra baseball after that. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Nakamura goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to be the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Yamazaki. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Nin-Ting Wu. Our friend Dylan Hoffman says, I wonder how the food is at Japanese games. Well, I've been to a couple of the stadiums, but I haven't been there for games. And I can tell you that if it's anything like the stuff that's around at different places, as a fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We'll say this: if the home plate umpire is going to have this type of strike zone for Yamazaki tonight, it's going to be a tough night for the Lions. This looks like it's a wide and a high zone. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and Nin-Ting Wu is in the hole at 0-2. But I also understand that you can get your hot dogs with different things. They have something on the West Coast. There's a bit of a chain called Japadog. You can get wasabi put on top of it and all kinds of different stuff. Our friend Steve says we need the super chat button. I don't think we're there yet, but we'll be there one day. There's a breaking ball that's missing down, and the count is 1-2. I'm going to get there eventually. We're waiting for some of that stuff. Steve says he likes giving stickers. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, and here comes the offering from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-2 to Wu. Wu on the season batting .235. He's got 3 homers and 22 runs batted in. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Yamazaki, who works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of Nakagawa. And Wu is going to get himself a 2-out single. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Shohei Suzuki. Well, for Suzuki on the season, he's hitting .255. He's got a homer and 9 runs batted in. Getting the nod tonight in center field. We've seen Brian O'Grady in center field. We've seen Ito in center field. Different players that the Lions have used. But tonight it is Suzuki's turn in the center field position. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. The ball's going to drift into the seats. As Yumamune had moved over into foul territory, only to see it drift into the stands. So no balls and 1 strike to Suzuki. Those are interesting topics, and of course, you can get your sushi at the ball games if that's your thing. Never been a fan of sushi. I like ramen, but not for sushi. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2 to Shohei Suzuki. Well, if I'm Yamazaki, I think if I want to put away the hitter, I want to crawl up the ladder because the fastball, it's very enticing, but it's hard for these hitters to hold off. You can also see why Yamazaki, he's got a very flat fastball. There's not a lot of cut run, maybe not even depth to it unless he throws the split finger pitch. Or the ball doesn't have a lot of downward taper either. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and I say that, and that was probably his best fastball of the night. Swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 to Suzuki. So no balls and 2 strikes. Should Suzuki reach base, it'll be Brian O'Grady to follow. So here comes the 0-2 offering from the Orix right-hander. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on its top, break back in front of home plate. It is fielded by the catcher, Wakatsuki. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. That's going to go down as a ground out, 2-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. That will do it here for the Lions in their half of the second. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. Single by Nim Ting Wu. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5. It is the Buffaloes 1 and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of moments at the bottom of the 2nd inning after this. We appreciate you guys for being here. Here is one of our Japanese Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's going to be Kai Nakagawa, Kenya Wakatsuki, and Kitaro Kobayashi all coming up to bat here against the left-hander Dietrich Enns. For Enns, it was the error by the left fielder back in the 1st inning. Allowed that run to come in as Shuhei Fukuda had reached on a single, and with 1 out, Yumamune had singled, and then Ito, his best Matador impersonation by olaying a ball that went all the way to the outfield fence, allowed the leadoff hitter Fukuda to score. And there was a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Nakagawa. So Kai Nakagawa batting .292 on the year with 3 homers and 41 runs batted in. As he awaits here on the offering from Enns, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on, and count's now going to be 0-2. That pitch was fouled straight back, and that tells me he is right on the pitch. Very interesting the way that the lineup was put out tonight. As we said, the Buffalo's not afraid to put left-handed batters against the left-handed pitching. Fukuda, Nishino, Mune, and Yoshida, all four lefties to start the ball game against Ends, and that's what got the damage done. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains 0-2. But it's always a curiosity to see how the teams play it out. I think that's also the advantage for these teams, to be able to have their left-handers face left-handers, especially when you get into tournaments, you get into playoffs. You're subbing them out all through the regular season. You never get that opportunity. As a fastball misses on the outside corner, the count is 1-2. In my world, I'd say, don't you want your best guys being up there all the time? Maybe one or two guys platooning, but 4 or 5 guys as platoon players, I'm not sure, because it's tough to see 90-mile-an-hour pitching all the time. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the first base umpire. And did he go? And they say, no, he didn't. It's going to run the count now to 2-2. You often hear about players, and they say when they're playing every day, it makes it easier to hit specifically for your timing. You've got the timing to face those 90-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. You're in sync. You got the rhythm, but when you're having to play 2 or 3 times a week, it's hard because you're not seeing that pitching every day, and it's difficult to maintain timing. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Nakagawa caught window shopping for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. Well, for Wakatsuki, he's batting .308 entering the ball game tonight. He's got 4 homers and 12 runs batted in. So he steps up to the plate to face Ends for the first time this evening. Ends had stepped off the mound and grabbed the tongue depressor to be able to get some of the mud out of his cleats. So the right-handed batting Wakatsuki ready on the offering from the lefty. Ends. There's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And the other thing is that what we see in the Pacific League specifically, there's not a lot of switch hitters in Japan. Well, the Chiba Lotte Marines have one. It's either Oshino or Takabe. I can't remember who their guy is. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1 off the top of my head, but not too many switch hitters that are Japanese-born or trained players. You either hit right or you hit left. Very rare to see somebody hitting from both sides of the plate. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As Ends kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. I really think that if Dietrich Ends can keep his pitch count in check and he is able to go after the hitters, he's going to be able to be very, very difficult tonight once he gets into a groove. So here's the 1-2 pitch. As he delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, the count is now 2-2. That first inning, he threw 22 pitches. In fairness to Ends, he probably would have been out of that inning a little bit sooner if it wasn't for the left fielder making that very interesting play. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And normally Ito, when we've watched games, has been pretty reliable in the outfield, as there's a fastball swung on it, is looped up over to the second baseman, and Tonosaki is going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Wakatsuki for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. Well, for Kobayashi on the season, he's hitting .221. He's got 6 homers and 30 runs batted in. One thing that I would have a concern with Kobayashi is that he's basically the same hitter as he was last year. His numbers are eerily similar this year to what he was doing last year. And what you want to see from your hitters is progression year to year. The first pitch is a breaking ball. It drops in for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Say that the batting average is very similar. He's hitting .221. Last year he had .228. He's got 6 homers this year. He had 10 last year on a similar pace. His RBI pace is a bit down. He's got 30 this year. So there's a ground ball hit over to second. It is fielded by Tonosaki. He throws to first, and Kobayashi's going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. Third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the second. Well, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1, Seibu Seibu Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments after this. Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We're moving here to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Lions. That means Brian O'Grady, Ito, and Shuta Tonosaki. He faced the right-hander who's delivered 27 pitches in his first 2 innings of work. He's got 3 strikeouts, and he's allowed only the 1 hit, 2 out in the second inning to Ning Ting Wu. So Yamazaki has completed his warm-up tosses. We are ready to get this one back underway. So he gets a baseball and he's ready to rub it up. And O'Grady steps to the plate. He's batting .229 on the year. He's got himself 15 homers and 46 runs batted in. It's from the left side. Waiting on the first offering here from the right-hander Yamazaki, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Got up there at 96 miles an hour. So he's got some heat as the big right-hander. As he is waggling the bat and waiting on the offering here from Yamazaki, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. So that last pitch, he went from 96 to 94 miles an hour. He's hovering right around in that zone. Is the right-hander. Here comes the offering now as he leans in and gets the sign from Wakatsuki. Here's the 0-2 pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to O'Grady. The 30 pitches today for Yamazaki, 24 have been for strikes. That's one of the biggest differences. He had walked 8 in 18 innings. With the big club here before, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. We were talking a little bit about that earlier, is that there's going to be a rookie for the Hanshin Tigers who's making his NPB debut tonight. We were saying that my concern there is he going to be able to pitch, because on the farm he had walked basically somebody every other time up to the plate. There's a fastball swung on it. Has popped up behind home plate. Racing back is Wakatsuki. He's going to leap, but he can't make the catch as it does get into the netting. It just ricocheted down. That's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes still to O'Grady. We're talking about the picks, as we said on our community page. We did our selections today. It is going to be Daichi Moriki, who makes his NPB debut for the Hanshin Tigers. The 19-year-old gets the ball against the Chinichi Dragons tonight. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to O'Grady as the right-hander is waiting on these signs from his catcher, Wakatsuki. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. But walks could be something that they can and will hurt you if you don't have that ability to throw strikes. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball waved at and missed, and O'Grady is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up Ito. Strikeout number 4 in the books there for Yamazaki as he got the left-handed hitting O'Grady to wave at that pitch up in the zone. He was unable to protect and get a piece of it to foul it off. So Ito steps to the plate. He's batting .251. He's got 7 homers and 20 runs batted in. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. As we said, Ito was the GOAT in the first inning, as that ball that was hit out there was a clean single by Mooney, but he had turned it into a 2-base error after that. Put Mooney on to third base. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-1 to Ito. Normally reliable Ito, who we would come to expect to make the plays, did everything but. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that just misses in, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. After Ito, it'll be the top of the order with Shuta Tonosaki to follow. Here's the offering from Yamazaki. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line. It's hooked well into the seats. It was out in front of that one, but boy, oh boy, did he send that one a country mile. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ito. Right-hander Yamazaki gets his sign from Wakatsuki, and he's come set. Even though there's no runners on the base, he does throw from the stretch position. There's a fastball swung on, and it's tapped foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. I would say this. What I'm witnessing here, I'm very curious to see how the Lions are going to fare the second time through the order. I just like the way that their approaches are here, and Yamazaki, once they get a chance to go through it one time, how they're going to fare the next time. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. As I said before, even though he's got a plus fastball, there's not a lot of life on the pitch. There's not a lot of movement to the arm side, not much cut. I'm curious to see how long they're going to stay with him, as they are already on the phone to the bullpen. Probably going to get somebody stretched out. I wonder if they're going to roll 4 or 5 innings, or if they're going to just let him go from there. There's a breaking ball swung on his chop slowly down the third baseline. They throw to first, and it's in time. It's going to get Ito. It's going to go down as a ground out 2-3. The catcher, Wakatsuki, had to come up and be able to pounce. It was a chopper right in front of the plate. It was down the third baseline. He was able to make the play as he called the pitcher off, and he was able to throw off his back foot. And that is going to retire Ito on a ground out 2-3. The second out of the inning, that brings up the top of the order in Shuta Tonosaki. Well, for Tonosaki today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up, facing Yamazaki. He's still hitting 224 on the year. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yamazaki. He's waggling the bat. He's got that slightly open stance, and here comes the 0-1 offering. As he kicks and delivers, there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2, so no balls and 2 strikes. They don't have anybody up yet in the Orix bullpen. We would expect that probably there'll be somebody moving here quickly. The pitching coach was on the phone, and he wanted to start stretching some folks out. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Tonosaki is down on strikes for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here for the Lions in the top of the third. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 2.5. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1, the Seibu Seibu Lions, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order coming up to face Dietrich Enns. That means Kodai Sano, Shuhei Fukuda, and Masahiro Nishino. As the Buffaloes have a 1-0 lead, and as we suspected, they are starting to get somebody up in the bullpen. So how long Yamazaki will be around, remains to be seen. There's 3 solid innings under his belt tonight. So Kodai Sano to come to the plate. He's batting .229. He's got a couple of homers and 9 runs batted in. As he swings and misses at a fastball, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Sano. 1 run in the ball game was courtesy of that error after Yumamune had singled, and 2-base error allowed by Ito was able to bring home Shohei Fukuda with the first run of the ball game today. So there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Sano. Our friend the hobbyist has checked out for the night, and we appreciate Chris for stopping in. And here comes the 0-2 offering from Hens. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-2 to Sano. Just a couple of programming notes. We're not really sure what we're going to be giving you this week, but we will be adding some stuff here and there and from time to time. And here comes the 1-2 pitch as Enns delivers a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's now 2-2. We are going to be at the Mariner-Tiger game on Tuesday evening in Detroit. An opportunity to go see the Tigers and the Mariners, and I'm speculating it's going to be George Kirby against Matt Manning. If everything lines up properly. 2 young arms for both teams. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Enns gets himself a new baseball, and he rubs it up, and he's ready to go back to work. Sano is waiting on the offering here. The lefty Enns. It kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's fouled away into the netting over just beyond the first base dugout, and that keeps the count at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Enns with the new baseball ready to go again. As the lefty gets his sign from the catcher Mori. And he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and is fouled off right at home plate. As the ball trickled into fair territory, Enns had scampered after it, but that's been ruled a foul ball. That's going to keep the count at 2-2. The first batter of the ball game sort of set the tone as Shohei Fukuda battled the lefty Enns to a 9-pitch at bat. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-2. Right at the other end of the bookends, Kodai Sano, as the 9-hole hitter, is doing the same thing. He's going to be getting pitch number 9 here from the lefty in just a moment. The count is now 3-2. So both of the top and the bottom of the order giving Enns a little bit of fits. There's a breaking ball taken for a called 3rd strike. Sano stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 1. He is retired here. First out of inning at number 3, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Shohei Fukuda. Well, for Fukuda tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run his first time up. It's the only run of the ball game thus far. Fukuda was able to battle Enns. Actually, that ended up being, that was a 9-pitch at bat. He's raised his average up on the season to 277, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that just misses inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Fukuda. Fukuda, I like to watch him hit a little bit. He's really chokes up on the bat. He starts his hands in launch. He's in load. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. Lefty Enns nods in agreement with the signs of the catcher, and here he delivers. It's a breaking ball that's fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. That was pretty weird. It was a breaking ball. Fukuda started to bail out of the batter's box. He had checked his swing, but it went right off the knob of the bat, the part of the bat that he's not holding, that good 2, 3, 4 inches. Ends up costing him a strike. He just couldn't get the knob out of the way. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The lefty Enns leans in to get the sign from Mori. Now he works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fukuda. Ends resets himself, and here comes the 2-2 offering as he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. Should be playable as the left fielder, O'Grady, is able to make the grab just in side of fair territory, and Fukuda is gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Masahiro Nishino. Well, for Nishino tonight, Nishino has struck out his only time up. He did that looking back in the first inning. Bats from the left side against the left-handed throwing ends. We mentioned that the batters here, the first 4 hitters in the Buffalo order, all came up hitting left-handed against the lefty ends. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. And you have to like it when they don't really care about the matchups. Worry about the lefty-righty and all the rest. Put your best guys out there and see what they can do. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nishino, and there's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As we said earlier in the stream, we're going to try to get up and do some ball games during the week here. It's going to require us to be, we are on the East Coast, at 5 a.m. wake up. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. The count's now 3-0. So we'll see how that's going to go. If we can squeeze it in on Tuesday morning, we'll be able to do it. We're going to need to get some sleep because, as I said, Tuesday night, we're going to be at the Tiger and Mariner game in Detroit. We'll check some of that action out. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It is a fastball that's catching the outside corner, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Nishino. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And looking to require back or be able to get back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings, and he's not going to be able to do it as the fastball misses down to Nishino. That's going to be a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune, tonight he's 1 for 1. He singled his first time up, and it was the error by the right fielder that moved him all the way over to third base after he had that base hit. So for 1 for 1 on the evening for Mune. So he's always really interesting to watch. He really takes his time. He grooms the batter's box, gets himself set in. He's got his head down. And right at the last moment, he looks up and he's going to face the pitcher. And sometimes the pitchers are a little bit annoyed with how long he takes. So here comes the first offering from Enns, but instead he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is Nishino. Nishino has no stolen bases on the year, but it may be a good time for him to try to get his first. So here we go again. Here comes the first pitch to Mune as Enns holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mune. So no balls and 1 strike. Dylan Hoffman says he's still here. How many outs are there? There's 2 gone here in the last half of the third inning. As Enns leads in, gets the sign from his catcher Mori. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Mune. One thing that is different between the Japanese games and the North American games is just how much the fans are into the ball game. They're always cheering. They're always, some parks a little bit more. They've got the band going. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball delivered, and it's fouled away down the third base line. Keeps the count at 0-2 to Mune. We got Aria in the house tonight. We appreciate you for being here. He was in our stream the other night when we were doing the Dodgers, and everything that could go wrong was going wrong in that game. We had to shut her down. It was the Dodgers and the Brewers. It was tough because our StreamYards was crashing. Our internet was going crazy. Didn't know what the heck was going on. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. Well, we welcome you back. I appreciate you for being here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mune. The runner at first is Nishino. There's 2 gone here in the last half of the 3rd inning. As the left-handed hitting Mune waggles the bat, waiting on that first offering from Ends. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. So I'm going to try to put together a little bit of interesting stuff from Comerica Park. I'm trying to get there a little bit early, trying to walk around, maybe do a little video at some point, especially for those folks who always get an opportunity to get to see some of the ballparks. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, but it's drifting foul into the seats, and the count remains at 2-2 to Mune. I was giving it some thought. I haven't been to Comerica Park in probably 15 years, maybe 16. It's been almost that long. So I'm pretty excited to be able to get over and to see the Tigers play, and also excited to see the Seattle Mariners. I've already seen the Mariners this year, and I'll probably see them a few more times coming up. That's what we're looking at doing. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Mune waits on the offering here from Ends. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now full at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lions are wearing their blue tops with the multi-blue colors. It's got the navy, it's got the light blue. It sort of blends into each other. These are kind of a neat-looking uniform. I really like the Lions uniform, their look this year. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called 3rd strike at the knees. Mune stood there and watched that one go by. He's gone for window shopping for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here. That on the ball game is now the 5th strikeout by Dietrich Ends. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was one runner left aboard. You're now through 3 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1, Seibu Seibu Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. After this, we appreciate you all for being here. Another one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Lions here in the top of the 4th inning. It means Suzuki Genda, Tomoya Mori, and Hotaka Yamakawa. And it is going to be a pitching change here as the Buffaloes have gone to the bullpen. Sachiro Yamazaki's day is completed. We're wondering if they were going to make that move or not, as the pitching coach in the last half inning was on the phone to get somebody up. As we mentioned at the outset, it was not quite the same. It wasn't the same starter, as Yamazaki was a late addition. It is now going to be Fukuya Yamazaki. So from that standpoint, we can just keep calling the pitcher Yamazaki. But Fukuya Yamazaki is in relief. He is a left-hander, however, as he will take over here for Sachiro Yamazaki, making his 21st appearance of the year. And here comes the first offering to Suzuki Genda. It's a fastball that misses down and in for ball 1. The count is 1-0 to Genda. For this Yamazaki, he's 4-6 on the year. As he holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. As the right fielder, check that, it was into right field, as the right fielder, Sano, had to come in hard, and he was able to keep it in front on the bounce, something that his counterpart, Ito, was failed to do back in the first inning. Again, to hit that one on the screws. It looked like it was going to hang up, and then when it couldn't, nice job by the right fielder, Sano, blocking that ball. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Well, for Mori tonight, he's 0 for 1. He popped to the shortstop his first time up. Genda gets his lead over at first base. Genda is a threat to run, but with the lefty on the hill, to wait and see what they've got planned for him here. Here's the first pitch to Mori. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is quickly 1-0 to Mori. So 1 ball and no strikes. Mori's average is dipped to 249 on the year. He's got those 5 homers and 29 runs batted in. He missed quite a bit of time after breaking his hand, or a bone in his hand, earlier in the year. There's a fastball a ball that's been flipped over to first base. Diving back in time is Genda. He had some anger and frustration as he was off to a bit of a slow start. I believe it was he punched the helmet or punched the wall, something like that. He broke his finger or hand. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. But he is a difference maker for the Lions. Defensively, he is their number 1 guy. You can tell when the Lions were having to bring in other catchers, controlling the running game became a problem for the Seibu ball club. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball that just misses, and it's now 2-1. That ball had frost on it when it came down. 94 kilometers. That checks in at about 57 miles an hour. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Mori. As the lefty Yamazaki gets his sign from his catcher, he's ready to go here. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep center field. And this ball is going to be over the head of the center fielder. It's off the wall. And rounding third and heading home is Genda. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be an RBI double for Mori, as he has got himself an RBI, and that is going to tie the ball game up at 1s. So Genda scores all the way from first base. That ball was spanked right over the head of the center fielder, Fukuda. Did a good job of playing it off the wall. And that is going to be Mori at second, with Hatake Yamakawa coming to the plate. Our friend the living room is in the house here. He says Freddie is underwater. Well, we're calling a little bit here. We've got some different acoustics here. Certainly the setting is a little different. That's what it is. So 1-1 is now the score line, as Mori is the runner at second. It's going to bring Hatake Yamakawa to the plate. Yamakawa is 0 for 1 in this one. Popped to the first baseman his first time up. As we had put our predictions up, we still feel that the Lions are the team to beat in this one, especially if they can hold the lead and get to their bullpen. The best bullpen, or arguably the best bullpen in the Pacific League. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Yamakawa. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty version of Yamazaki looks in, and he gets the sign from his catcher, Wakatsuki. It's got to be tough on the catcher having to change pitchers so frequently. It's going to be like a bullpen day almost. So there's a fastball that swung on and tapped foul, and that's going to run the count even at 1-1. I would think that you'll probably see the lefty Yamazaki here for an inning, for at least 2 innings. He does have some starts under his belt this year. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Yamakawa. Pacific League home run leader. He's got 36 now on the year. And there's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to third. A great play Diving to his left is Mooney. He gets up, he throws to first. The ball is bounced into the dirt, and it's not able to be held on by the first baseman. They're going to call that one a hit. Boy, oh boy, I'm not so sure about that. The first baseman, Yuma Tongu, that ball hit him right in the glove, and he wasn't able to secure it. And that's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. Talk to his young left-hander who's not been able to get it out yet here, as runners are now at first and second. Mori did not go on that play, as he had to hold because Mune made a great job of diving to his left, being able to pick it up, and then the slow-footed Yamakawa raced over to first, and unable to secure it was Tongu. Now that's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Takiya Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura tonight, he's 0 for 1. He struck out his only time up. So he steps in here, batting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Fukuya Yamazaki. So lefty gets his sign from his catcher, and now he works to the set position, but now he steps off the backside of the rubber. He reaches for the rosin bag, and then he steps off again. So here comes the 1-2. Here comes the first offering with runners at first and second. As Nakamura takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Living room is talking about a card game that he has. Sounds like you guys are playing Stratomatic circa 1997. Doug Jones and Ugath Urbina. Here's the 0-1 pitch as Yamazaki holds set. He delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So Yamazaki went with a fastball to the outside corner. He came back with a fastball to the inside corner, in both spots the hitter Nakamura locked up. So no balls and two strikes. The right-handed hitting. Nakamura is waiting here on the lefty. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As a reminder, we just said we will be making some additions to our schedule over the next couple of days. Nothing that's etched in stone. Maybe doing the 5 a.m. calls might be the easiest thing to do. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-2. Have to make some decisions there. So the lefty Yamazaki ready to go back to work here against the right-handed hitting Nakamura. Checks his sign from his catcher, and now he works to the set position. He checks the runner Mori at second. First it is Yamakawa. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on it. Is tapped slowly over to third. Mune's got to charge it. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. That is not exactly the speediest of runners, Nakamura, but they were playing him deep. Mune had to really charge the ball. It was like a swinging punt. That is going to load the bases. 4 consecutive hits here. That is going to load the bases up here. Full of Lions, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Ninting Wu. Our friend Living Room says, let's ball on Thursday or Friday, your choice, 5:15 p.m. Windsor time. Probably have to be Friday, I would think. To wait and see here as it gets a little closer. Friday probably be in the cards. So Wu comes up to the plate. He's batting .235. He's got 3 homers and 22 RBIs. Dylan Hoffman says, is there anybody out? Nope, the bases are loaded. Nobody out here. Already got 1 across the board, and they're looking for more. And here's the first pitch to Wu. It's a Breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The lefty Yamazaki gets himself some more rosin. He's ready to go here again as he holds to the set position. And here comes the 0-1 to Wu. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to get 1 run in. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's going to get cut off, and it's going to hold the runner Yamakawa at third base. An RBI single for Wu. That is 5 consecutive hits in a row here by the Lions in their half of the 4th inning. And they don't just have something brewing. They've got big-time trouble as the lefty Yamazaki, on in relief of the other Yamazaki, has failed to get an out. The bases are still loaded with nobody gone. So the Lions are flexing their muscles right here. Our friend the living room says he's got the Lions, and it's a good thing you do, because we told you. We thought that was who we thought was going to do the damage tonight. Curious to see what's going on in the game between the Tigers and Shinichi, the young 19-year-old on the mound for the Tigers tonight. Here comes the first pitch from Yamazaki. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined up the middle. It's a base hit, and it's going to get into center field. Everybody's going to advance a base as Shohei Suzuki has got himself a single and an RBI. And that's going to bring up Brian O'Grady. And we're not talking about soft hit balls. Those last couple of balls have been absolute bullets. So Yamakawa comes across to score. Nakamura advances himself to third. Ning-Ting Wu is the runner at second. Shohei Suzuki is the runner at first. It's now a 3-1 ball game here for the Lions. The ball was a line drive hit just over the shortstop's head. Kentaro Kobayashi, if he makes the play, it would have been a double play for sure, maybe more, as he was moving from the shortstop position over toward the base at second. It just got over his glove. If he would have caught it, he definitely would have doubled off Nakamura and maybe had a shot at Wu at first. Maybe we would have saw our first Japanese triple play live rather than on the replays. So the lefty Yamazaki leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. Now he kicks and delivers to O'Grady. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So 6 consecutive hits, 5 singles and a double, allowed the Lions to get themselves up to a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. They're looking for more. As the left-handed hitting O'Grady is waiting here. The pitch is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. They go to the shortstop at second for 1, back to first. It's a double play, but Nakamura is going to score the 4th run of the ball game. It's going to advance Ning-Ting Wu to third, but Shohei Suzuki on the double play is he raced at second base for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up Ito, the right fielder. So 4-6-3 in the books. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Ito. And that's going to bring up the pitching coach as Yamazaki number two's day is done. They are going to go back to the bullpen again, so we'll have to get you that in a second. So Yamazaki comes in and he starts the fire, stokes the fire, and pours gasoline on the fire, and the score is now 4-1 for the Lions. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. We appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll be right back again here in just a few as they make a pitching change. Welcome back, everybody. The Buffaloes have gone to the bullpen as they are making themselves a change here tonight. We'll have to pick that up for you here as we move along in just a moment. It is going to be the runner. Ning Wu is at third. Ito is the batter. As there's now 2 gone here in the 4th inning, but the Lions have punched 4 across the board. It is a right-hander in relief, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ito. The reliever for the Buffaloes, this is Muranishi in the ball game. Ryota Muranishi is coming in his 16th appearance of the year. 1-1 on the season. He's worked 13 and a third innings, allowing 11 hits, 7 walks. He's struck out 15, and he's got a 2.03 ERA. So Muranishi on in relief, the 3rd pitcher used already by the Buffaloes tonight. There's a fastball swung on it. The count now goes to 1-1. So Ryota Muranishi on in relief here. As the right-hander holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Ito. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend at the living room says less underwater now. Part of it is the setup and the acoustics, just the way that it's projecting off a wall. Normally I don't have a wall in front of me when we're doing this. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count now is 2-2. We're just going to have to make do with it for the next few days and live with it. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander gets his sign from the catcher Wakatsuki. So the Lions have flipped the scoreline over here in this one. And here's the 2-2. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I took a peek at the scoreline over in the other one. The Dragons ended up getting out there in the bottom half of the 1st inning as the young 19-year-old was able to get away unscathed, only allowing that 1 hit. Our friend in the living room, our friend Steve Rademacher, I talked to him earlier today, and he said, make sure you get into his Sunday video. Check that one out. There's a fastball that swung on. This ball is lined into left field for a base hit, and that is going to score the runner Ning Wu from third. That is going to be another base hit here for the Seibu Lions in the inning. It's the 7th hit of the inning. Absolutely incredible. They have broken out here in the 4th inning. That run is also going to be charged to the 2nd Yamazaki. He'll be tagged for all 5 of the runs in this one so far. Brings up the top of the order in Shuta Tonosaki. Well, for Tonosaki tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's struck out both of his times up to the plate. Those 2 appearances were against Soichiro Yamazaki, the starter. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tonosaki has those 10 homers and 42 runs on the year. Digs in here against the righty Muranishi, who comes set at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Fred Living Room says, I always knew you called games in your closet. Yeah, I don't think so. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander delivers, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left field. It's in the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Rounding first and heading to second is Tonosaki. Rounding third and slamming on the brakes is the runner Ito. He's going to stop at third. Yet another hit in the inning here for the Lions. This time it's a double by Tonosaki. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Suzuki Genda, who got it all started. The leadoff single here. Begin the 4th inning. Just making my adjustments. Now the scorecard is going to have to change a bit as we're going to have to erase the innings. So Suzuki Genda tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and struck out his 2 trips to the plate. The right-hander Maranishi is ready to go again after a visit from the catcher Wakatsuki. So runners are at second and third. The lefty Genda waiting here on the offering. He checks the runner over at second. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Genda. Probably looking to go pick up the other games because this one here could be getting ugly. Living room says, where is everybody tonight? I don't know. Saturday night. People are out having a beer or two. I have no idea. 5-1 is the scoreline as the Lions have stretched it out here. It's a good number to pitch with the Dietrich ends. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. I believe ends can work with that. If they can get 7 innings out of ends tonight, it's going to be very difficult for the Buffaloes to claw back into this one. So 2 balls and no strikes to Genda. The lefty is waiting on the offering from the right-hander Maranishi. Checks the runners and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up down the right field line. Racing over on it is the right fielder. That's going to be Sano, is going to make the catch, and that's going to mercifully put this inning to a halt. As in the inning, there were 5 runs scored in the inning. On 8 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is a 5-1 scoreline. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to go check him out. We're moving out to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming to bat for the Buffaloes. It means Masataki Yoshida, Yuma Tongu, and Kai Nakagawa to face the left-hander Dietrich Enns. The Hanshin Tigers and Shinichi Dragons are in the top of the 2nd inning. That's locked up at 0s as they are underway, and the Hawks and the Fighters in the Pacific League are locked up at 0s in the bottom of the 2nd inning. So the SoftBank Hawks have picked up where they left off yesterday, still looking for a hit. 11 straight innings without a hit. There's a breaking ball that just misses down, and the count's 1-0 to Yoshida. Yoshida tonight 0 for 1. He lined out to the third baseman his first time up. He's got those 14 homers and 63 runs batted in. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. Appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Yoshida didn't go. Count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Yoshida waggles the bat, and he's now waiting on the offering here from the lefty Enns, who delivers a fastball. This ball swung on. It's hit deep into right field. But on the warning track and making the grab is Ito, and that is going to retire Yoshida for the first out of the inning. He sent it for a ride, just not far enough. Yoshida is gone for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. Well, for Tongu, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. We have Joseph Andrioni in the house. He says, should I live bet under 10.5? The first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. At this point here, where we're at in the ball game, I don't think I would do that. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Joseph says, did you see the performance that Rich Hill put on today? 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, and 11 strikeouts. And here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count's now 1-2. That is a pretty good performance today. The Red Sox, I didn't catch really all the rundown across Major League Baseball today. I did take a look a little bit. You see Shohei Ohtani did pitch pretty good. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 to Tongu. So it looks like they beat the Tampa Bay Rays. Good for Rich Hill. He's put his record at over 500 now on the year. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And there's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 3-2. Jones says he's taking the under 10.5. They had the big inning. He figures it's going to be minimal from here on out. Well, you're more confident than I am in that, because I just have a feeling that we may see a pitching parade from the Buffaloes. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Tomagu is out for out number 2. Second time tonight he's gone down on strikes. As Dietrich Enns is really putting together a heck of a start here. That is the 6th strikeout. We're here in the 4th inning for the lefty Enns. This is definitely on his game thus far. So that's going to bring up the left fielder, Kai Nakagawa. The living room says he's going with Joe on that one with a $2 bet. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. Friend Joseph says that he figures that Sandy Alcantara locked up the Cy Young today. Well, one thing I'll tell you about Sandy Alcantara is that I was looking at his innings pitched. He was averaging 7 innings pitched a ball game, old school. So there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0 to Nakagawa. And what I mean by that is that you don't see a lot of pitchers, a lot of guys that were next to him. I think he's got like about 25 or 30 innings between him and the next most amount of innings in all of baseball. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count's now 2-1 to Nakagawa. I think that's most impressive. Extremely, extremely impressive on that one. You have to think Alcantara would be, although I do have to say, how the voters will vote, Alcantara is not going to be pitching in any important games down the stretch in September. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's lifted into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Suzuki. Another 2-out runner aboard here for the Buffaloes, as it is a single by Nakagawa. That's going to bring up Kenya Wakatsuki to the plate. Well, for Wakatsuki, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has popped out to the second baseman, his only trip to the plate. He bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing Enns. He waggles the bat, and there's a first pitch fastball that misses up and away. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Wakatsuki. We'll say a couple of things that may preclude Enns from pitching further in this one. One's that error in the first inning by Ito that allowed the inning to extend, or not to extend, but probably added an extra 7 or 8 pitches to the night for Enns. So there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. And then the 2-out walk in the 3rd inning for the 8-pitch at bat to Yumamune. And now, of course, the 2-out single here has probably added an extra 20 pitches in the game for Enns. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is now 2-1. If he can just finish off those hitters, he's got himself an easy, economical inning. Joseph says he comes out when he wants. Yeah, pretty much. He can dominate where he's doing over there. There's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped slowly foul down the third base line. Counts 2-2. I like some of those other pitchers for the Marlins too, including, was it Pablo Lopez? Also a pretty good one. Too bad about Max Meyer going out for the year. I think he had to get Tommy John surgery. Marlins are a club that everybody should be keeping an eye on. In the next couple of years, with all this stuff that's coming down the pipeline, pretty good. They beat the Dodgers today 2-1. Of course, that was the 12th win of the year for Alcantara. He beat Dustin May. Not an easy task. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Wakatsuki is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 4 complete. It is the Seibu Lions 5 and the Orix Buffaloes 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 5th inning after this. We appreciate everybody for doing here and for joining us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Tomoya Mori, Hotake Yamakawa, and Takiya Nakamura coming to bat here, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face the reliever in Ryota Muranishi, who is the 3rd pitcher of the ball game recorded tonight so far by the Buffaloes. Buffaloes did start Sachiro Yamazaki, who was very effective in his 3 innings of work. He had struck out 5 of the Lions, and then when they went to the bullpen, it was Fukuya Yamazaki who came in and absolutely opened up the floodgates. So this is going to be the Tomoya Mori first appearance against the right-hander, and he takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Mori tonight had a double in that inning, the only extra base hit. Check that one of the 2 extra base hits as Tonosaki had also doubled. He has 1 for 2 tonight. He has driven in a run and scored a run. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Living Room says it's 300 times louder than Steve Rauter. That's just to wake you up. So here we go. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mori. And here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. As the left-handed hitting Mori waiting on the offering here from the righty Muranishi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that just misses low. And that is going to be ball 4, and that is going to be a base on balls here to start the 5th inning. And that is going to put Tomoya Mori on it with a leadoff walk. Well, that's going to bring on the designated hitter, Hotake Yamakawa, to the plate. Yamakawa 1 for 2 tonight. He had an infield single. Yes, an infield single his last time up. He came around and scored a run. Also grounded out to first. So Yamakawa, the home run leader in the Pacific League. From the right side against the right-handed throwing Muranishi, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball. Take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Right-handed hitting Yamakawa getting his well-deserved applause from his fans in the stands. Waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Muranishi, who holds at the belt, and now he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and Yamakawa wanted that one back. You could tell that was a fastball right down the middle, but that ball there had a lot of run to it. Looked like you were playing some good old-fashioned wiffle ball as that ball had come right back across the plate. So no balls and 2 strikes now to the right-handed hitting DH for the Lions. And Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is fought off and found a way into the seats beyond first base, and the count remains at 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yamakawa. He waits here on the offering from the right-hander Muranishi. Who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Establishing his lead at first is the runner Mori. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Yamakawa. He delivers it as a fastball swung on it is grounded through the 6-hole into left field past the diving Yumamune. It's going to be another hit tonight here for Yamakawa. It's going to put Tomoya Mori over to second. And the hit parade continues here for the Lions. We've got that as their 10th hit of the ball game, and we're only here in the 5th inning. Our friend Joe, who was in here earlier, pronouncing that the big innings are probably over, looking to take that under 10.5. Might want to revisit that one. Different kind of out-of-town scoreboard for our living room here tonight. The Windsor Lancers lost their home opener 19-16. The Carleton Ravens, I believe it was tonight. There's a fastball swung on and tapped foul. The count is quickly 0-1 to Nakamura. Joseph says a double play is coming up. Well, they've got the right guy to do it, as the big fella Nakamura is definitely a double play candidate. He ran surprisingly well to get that infield single his last time up, as he is 1 for 2 on the ball game. The right-hander checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a changeup swung on and missed. Nakamura was way out in front of that one. The count is now 0-2. I have to say, the pitcher Muranishi, who's come in, he has an ability to change some speeds here, and he's very deceptive with his pitches. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses outside. The count is now 1-2. Joseph says, every stream I tune into on this channel, the teams suck with runners in scoring position. I'm going to trust the trend. I'm not sure about that one. I think things are going with the Lions. They're swinging the bats tonight, although there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Nakamura is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Min-Ting Wu. Well, for Wu tonight, he is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. He's driven in a run, and he's scored a run. As he comes to the plate to face the right-hander Muranishi for the first time in this one. I still think that we're probably going to see some more scoring in this one before we are done. Just get that feeling. Here comes the first pitch. It is swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. This ball is going to drift off into the seats, foul. The count is quickly 0-1 to Wu. Living room asked if we went to the game. Nope. Didn't do it. Knew today was going to be a tough day with the jet lag. Getting it at 6 o'clock in the morning, and had a couple of naps today that had one and then had another one. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can get some sleep here. Got a big day tomorrow. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count now goes to 1-1 on Wu. Wu's last time up, he had hit that single into right field and really kept the conga line moving for the Seibu Lions. That was the 5th hit in a row. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. The ball was dropped by the catcher. I hate it when the umpires call strikes when the catchers don't earn it. The ball there was flat out fry pan. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wu. Shohei Suzuki waits his turn on deck. Should Wu be able to keep this inning going? Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-2. Joseph Andrioni asked the question, who do you think is the best closer in the MLB? Well, certainly not at the top of the game. If you look at a guy who was arguably the best in baseball right now, it would be Aroldis Chapman, but his best years are in the rearview mirror. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded foul down the first base line. Keeps the count at 2-2. Annual Class A is pretty dominant for the Guardians. Who would you have on the mound? Hader has been dicey since he's arrived in San Diego. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Give me get some thought on that for a minute here, and I'll pick through my mind and see who I might think might be a better option. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-2. Sounds like Joe's got some bitterness towards Josh Hader. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is to Wu. The runner at first is Yamakawa. The runner at second is Tomoya Mori. There's 1 gone here in the 5th inning. And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul down the first baseline. The count remains at 3-2. Actually, who really started off with a fantastic year was Edwin Diaz, having his best year with the Mets. I remember when Edwin Diaz was a Mariner, and he was absolutely electric. His best year with Seattle was his first year. And then, of course, he was involved in the trade with Robinson Cano for Jared Kalenic, and I forget what else went to Seattle the other way. And there's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So I would probably lean my needle towards Edwin Diaz. I also think that this year so far that Jordan Romano of the Blue Jays has been absolutely outstanding. Or maybe I should say unexpectedly outstanding. Romano has been a very, very solid pitcher for Toronto out of the pen. There's a fastball that misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. And Wu is going to walk to load the bases. That's going to bring up Shohei Suzuki. So we've got another situation here brewing. The Lions have the bases loaded and only 1 out, and Suzuki striding to the plate. Well, the 2 worst things Suzuki could do here is to pop out or strike out. As long as he puts the ball in play, he's got the wheels to be able to beat out the back end of a double play on the ground. It would be really disappointing if the Lions weren't able to cash at least 1 run here. So that would probably be who I would probably lean toward. Manual Class A certainly leading all of baseball with saves. But I would say Edwin Diaz might be my guy. And for an up-and-comer, you got to say Jordan Romano. And Jordan Romano was pretty much acquired off the scrap heap. Our friend the living room says, what about Osuna? Roberto Osuna has been pitching for the Chibolote Marines. He's been very, very good. Very, very good. You've got to think the Major League Baseball, somebody's going to be bringing him back. There's the pitch to Suzuki. It is lifted into left field. Tagging it third is the runner, Mori. He's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. It is in time, but it's off the glove of the catcher. It goes all the way to the backstop. Everybody else is going to move up a base. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Suzuki. It's going to get the 6th run across here as he is driven in. Tomoya Mori. It advances Yamakawa to third, and Wu has tagged and went to second. As Mori has done his job, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Brian O'Grady. Well, 6-1, the Lions now lead it. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Not sure what the over-under on this game was, but Sometimes when you look at the over-unders, 6.5 seems to be one of those ones that you see regular. You would have been in good shape had you taken the over. I'll give you updates on the out-of-town scoreboard in just a couple of moments. There has been some scoring elsewhere. Here comes the first pitch to O'Grady. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks now have a 1-0 lead over the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. That is in the top of the fourth inning in Hokkaido. So here comes the 0-1 offering to the left-handed hitting O'Grady. Right-hander Marinishi checks the runner at second. Now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count's now 1-1. Tigers and Dragons in the Central League are still locked up at zeros. That's in the top of the fourth. Let's hear a quick peek at the out-of-town action as all the other games will get going a little bit later this evening. 3 a.m. on the East Coast, midnight on Pacific time if you're following the Golden Eagles and the Marines. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1 to O'Grady. There's 2 gone here in the fifth inning. Living Room says there's a lot of room on this field for a fly ball RBI. The Osaka Dome is spacious. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. As it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over is Sano. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here as the Lions add another one to their tally. Well, there was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the fifth inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Here is another one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. The Buffaloes are coming to bat for their half of the fifth inning. It's going to be Kentaro Kobayashi, Kodai Sano, and Shuhei Fukuda, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order to face Dietrich Enns. It's been absolutely electric here tonight. Kobayashi tonight 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. And here's the first offering from Enns. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Only 3 hits allowed tonight by the lefty for the Lions. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, Tanasaki, who throws to first. That's going to retire Kobayashi on a ground out 4-3. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Kodai Sano. Well, for Sano tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. 7 strikeouts in the early going here for Dietrich Enns. He had 80 pitches through the first 4 innings as he's ready to offer here as it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Genda fields it. He throws on the run, and it is not going to be in time. It's going to be an infield single for Sano. He had to go deep into the 6th hole. He was able to get around the ball. Sano's aboard with an infield single, and that will bring up the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. Just couldn't be able to get it was the third baseman, Takia Nakamura. He kind of slowed up a little bit to allow the shortstop to get it. I'm not sure that he probably shouldn't have made that play. Even if he would have made the play, maybe he has to do a spin and fire over to first. So that brings up to the plate the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. Fukuda 1 for 2 today. He singled and scored the only run for the Buffaloes back in the first inning. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty ends, old set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. Left-handed hitting Fukuda waggles the bat. As ends now works set. He checks the runner and kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into the seats down the left field line, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Joseph Andrioni says we need outs. Yeah, at this point in time, it's going to be one of those ones where the outs are going to be what is necessary. Trading runs for the outs could come into play if you're the Lions late. Could be the difference. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. Over to second for 1. Back to first, and it's going to be an inning-ending double play. It's going to go down as a 6-4-3 double play. Fukuda has grounded out here to end the inning, and that is no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 5 complete. It is a 6-1 ball game for the Lions. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 6th in just a couple of moments. It's the extended half inning here. Appreciate you guys here for being with us. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We will be back in just a couple moments after this as we have ourselves a 6-1 ball game for the Seibu Lions over the Orix Buffaloes. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order to come up to face the Buffaloes here in the 6th inning. The Lions will have Ito, Shuta Tonosaki, and Suzuki Genda. It has been a bit of a pitching parade that has started. It was Sachiro Yamazaki who began the ball game. He went 3 innings, and it was 3 spectacular innings, I should say, as he faced 1 batter over the minimum. He did strike out 5 in those 3 innings of work, but it was the second Yamazaki who came in and had lit the fire to let this one get away. It was 5 runs and 8 hits in the 4th inning for the Lions. Put them up on top 5-1. They've added another one in the top of the 5th inning, and that's where we sit right now with a 6-1 scoreline as we are now moving to the top half of the 6th inning. So Ito, Tonosaki, and Suzuki Genda will be coming to bat here in the 6th inning. And so the manager, Suji, is looking on here for the Lions. So we're ready to get this one back underway in just a moment here. Hopefully you guys are going to be all popping around here with us. For whatever reason in Orix, it's not like they have to do a lot of work. It's not like there was the game in Hokkaido in the midweek where they have the all-dirt infield, much like the Hanshin Tigers do. They have to go out and do the repairs and do the brushing and all the rest of that stuff, but instead it is a rather long delay here as we go to the top of the 6th. They only have cutouts on the turf field. We'll have to hang tight here. We'll be ready to bring this one back today. Our friend Joseph says, is this going to be the only game we're going to do today? Yep, the only one we're going to do. We a little bit jet lagged. We had a coast-to-coast flight yesterday, and so we're doing this game back east, so a little bit of a late jump. If we would have been last week, I probably would have done back-to-back. So we'll be doing this. It probably sounds a little bit different tonight. We've got a different mic set up and some different things here on our plate, as we do have a pitching change for the Buffaloes as they're going back to the bullpen. It is going to be Higa coming into the game. This is going to be Taki Higa, another right-hander here. Higa on the season is 3-0. He does have one save under his belt. He's got 18 in the 3rd innings pitched, allowed 16 hits. He's only walked one. He has struck out 19, and he's got an ERA of 2.45. So he will be the 4th pitcher used tonight by the Orix Buffaloes, and we would expect there is going to be more on the way. So Taki Higa on here. He's going to be facing Ito here to start the top of the 6th inning. So Ito tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a single and an RBI. So at least for the next week, Joseph, we may be doing some games at 5 in the morning Eastern time. The first pitch breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. We're trying to do the Tuesday morning game at 5 a.m. If I can get that one done, then look at doing all the games throughout the rest of the week. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into the left field corner. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding first and heading into second, easily with a stand-up double, is Ito, and that's how this inning is going to start as well. So the Buffaloes pitchers are definitely have been figured out here by the Lions here tonight. That's the 11th hit of the ball game. On the side of a Seibu Lions, in our books, it's the 3rd extra base hit. Our friend Joseph says he needs the bullpen to finish strong for his 10.5. Well, I already got my thoughts on it. I don't think you're going to see it. I think there's more in this game. So here we go. Here comes the first offering from Higa. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. For Shuta Tonosaki tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out twice. As Higa steps off the backside of the rubber and reaches for the rosin. So 1 ball it is to the right-handed hitting Tonosaki. And here comes the pitch, and it's a fastball that misses outside. Tonosaki squared the bunt, but he was able to pull back. So that pitch missed well off. With all of Major League Baseball going to positional players pitching in blowout situations, I'm curious to know, and I don't have an answer for this one. When the last time that the Japanese League has used a positional player to come in and pitch? So here comes the 2-0 pitch, and it's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Tonosaki. That's something we haven't seen. Now, mind you, there's been some pretty good stuff. Friend of the living room says, let's go to the Dragons Inn before your call. And the answer to that would be, starts with an N and ends in an O. Not going to happen. So here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's a fastball taken for a called strike. I'll even give you a dramatic pause to like you think I'm thinking about it. But no. Not even close. So 3 balls and 1 strike. As Tanasaki gets dug back in at the plate, pitcher Higa gets his sign from his catcher Wakatsuki. As he works set, he checks the runner at second. And now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and that's going to be ball 4. That is going to be the 3rd consecutive inning. The Lions have had the first 2 batters reach base. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Suzuki Genda. I'll be curious to see how they're going to play this out. I wonder if Genda is going to be bunting in this situation. You got Mori on deck, and then you got Yamakawa. You certainly don't want those guys in that spot. So he's going to put Tanasaki here, and you've got Mori and Yamakawa and Nakamura, the heart of the order, coming up. So Genda today is 1 for 3, singled and scored a run. And here comes the pitch. He does square to bunt, and it's bunted down the 3rd baseline, but it rolls foul. The count is no balls and 1 strike to Genda. Suzuki Genda has slowly brought his average up to 283 as it entered tonight's game. And here comes the 0-1 offering. The right-hander checks the runner at second. Genda bunts again, and that's again bunted too hard, and it's foul down the 3rd base line. No balls and 2 strikes. Usually Genda's pretty good at getting the bunts down. So successful here so far tonight. So no balls and 2 strikes to Genda. The runner at second is Ito. The runner at first is Tonosaki. There's nobody out here in the 6th inning as the left-handed hitting shortstop is waiting on the offering from the reliever Higa. He checks the runner at second. Now he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the right-hander again reaches for the rosin bag, and he's ready to go again. This is going to be the 12th pitch of the inning. He's got nobody out here so far. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he works set. Now Higa kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Genda is down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. This is an important time of the ballgame. This is where the Lions could put this game out of reach. They could cash even if it's another run, but if even 2 runs here would be just too much for the Buffaloes to be able to overcome. So Mori steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a double. He's knocked in a run. He's scored 2 runs. He's also walked. He's pulled his average up to 252 on the year. Here comes the first offering. That is the fastball swung on and fouled away down the first base line, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the scoring is still pretty much the same. It's in the bottom of the 4th inning in Shinichi. It's still a 0-0 game between the Tigers and the Dragons. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. The rookie for the Tigers, who is on the hill tonight, and that would be Daichi Moriki. He's faced the minimum through the first 3 innings, although he's allowed a hit. It was a double play that got him out of that inning. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. The righty holds set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. They go to second for 1, back to first. It's not in time. It's going to retire Tonosaki at second base on the fielder's choice. He is going to be gone for the 2nd out of the inning. It's going to advance Ito over to 3rd, and Mori is going to be safe at 1st. It was a nice play by the shortstop, Kataro Kobayashi, who had to go to the backhand side in the 6 hole. as he dropped to a knee to slide to be able to stop the ball, and he threw off his knee, able to get that runner Tanasaki at second base. So that's going to put runners at the corners. It's going to bring up Hataka Yamakawa to the plate. Well, for Yamakawa tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's singled twice. He's scored a run. He's also popped out to the first baseman. So here comes the first offering from the right-hander Higa, who's looking to get himself out of this jam. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on this. His ball's hammered down the left field line. That's going to get a run in. We're going to see if that's going to be extra bases. Coming into third and making it safely is Tomoya Mori. It is going to be a single for Yamakawa. It's going to be his 78th RBI of the year. That is going to put the Lions up now 7-1. Our friend Joseph, who is in the stream or was in the stream earlier, was certainly hoping that the runs, trying to keep or limit the runs. That has certainly not been the case in this one. It's going to bring up Takiya Nakamura. That ball was just past the glove of the third baseman Mune as it got into the corner. So runners at the corners. And Nakamura to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's singled and scored a run, sandwiched around 2 strikeouts. The first pitch is a breaking ball. That was into with the home plate umpire. This is something you don't always see too much. You don't see a lot of arguing in the Japanese league. Nakamura did not like the call. The home plate umpire made the call that he had checked his swing. And then the home plate umpire was giving it right back to the big fella. You don't usually see the Japanese players have a whole lot to say, but he was not happy with that call. And quickly, the manager had come out to restrain his big third baseman. He did not like that call from the home plate umpire. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. A little surprised the home plate umpire didn't go up with the right hand on that one. That pitch was well off the outside corner. It really set off some fireworks. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lions are looking to add another run here. They've got a 7-1 lead. There's 2 out here on the top of the 6th. Runners on the corners. And there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. Lions went down in order in the first and the third innings, but that was when the starter Sachiro Yamazaki was pitching. He only went the first 3 innings of the ball game, and then they went to the bullpen. It's been the Lions ever since. There's a fastball that's thinking for a called strike. Oh boy. There's going to be some discussions going on here because that pitch there was in the dirt. Oy, oy, oy. And Nakamura did not like that one, and the home plate umpire went with the right hand again. And he looks back at the home plate umpire. He's just shaking his head. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not sure if there's a history between this umpire and Nakamura, but whatever it is, it certainly felt like he's been hard done by in this at bat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Take a hold set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 3-2. Well, the runner, Yamakawa, will be in motion as soon as the pitch is delivered here. Runner at first is Yamakawa. The runner at third is Mori. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that is going to do it here as Nakamura goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Lions tag on another run in the inning. There was 1 run on 2 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 5.5 innings. It is a score line of 7-1 for the Lions. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in a minute.
You expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. Dietrich Enns is coming back out for his sixth inning of work. 87 pitches through the first 5 innings for the lefty. He's going to be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Buffaloes batting order. That means Nishino, Mune, and Yoshida come to bat here to face the lefty in their half of the inning. He has been very effective here in his work. He has 7 strikeouts through the 5 innings. As he will be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here. Our friend Joel is in the stream, and he says he's sweating it out with you there, Joseph. So that is, you got some moral support on your side. It is going to be a tough one to call here for you guys. I don't know if that's going to work for you. Breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nishino. Nishino tonight 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. And he walked back in the 3rd inning. Third plate appearance against Enns. There's a breaking ball that's swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. So no average 1. Joel, living room. Joseph, cut it off at JOE. It all is the same. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Nishino is waiting here on the offering from Enns. Now work set. Looks like they're coming under the hands. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses inside. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. One would think that after this inning is done for Enns, it'll be a tough night at the office for the Buffaloes as the Lions bullpen is pretty lock solid. There's a fastball swung on his line, and a leaping catch by the shortstop Genda is going to retire Nishino for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Yuma Mune. That ball was hit right on the screws. Genda had to crawl the ladder. He got up there to make the grab. Nice play by the shortstop to take a hit away from the left-handed hitting Nishino. So Mune here, 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single, and he struck out looking his 2 times to the plate. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. We've got somebody else coming in to bat for Mune, which is a little surprising. A fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. We'll have to get you that here in just a second. It's Breivik Valera. We haven't seen Valera in quite a while. Former Toronto Blue Jay in here to hit bat against the left-handed pitching Enns. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Racing back on the warning track and making the grab is O'Grady. As Valera is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Masataka Yoshida. To tell you, I forgot all about Valera. He hasn't played much at all. He played early on. This is his 35th game on the year. He was only hitting .204. Sent that one for a ride, and he retired for the first out here, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter Masataka Yoshida. Yoshida tonight, he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yoshida 0 for 2 tonight. He lined to the third baseman, and he has flown to right field his 2 times up. His average has dropped to 312 on the year. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that comes inside and has hit Yoshida. So he's going to get aboard on a hit batter. That's going to bring up Yuma Tongu. A friend of the living room asked the question in the last half inning if we noticed his CFL picks. Yeah, I noticed them. I don't really pay attention to them because I'm not really a CFL fan. I don't really get too excited about Canadian Football League. It looked like you did okay during the week. That's a good thing. It's kind of like watching the KBO. I don't get excited about that either. There's a breaking ball that just misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Tongu. This has been the mantra for Enns the last couple innings. He gets the first 2 outs, and he allows the next runner to get on base. That happened in the 3rd and the 4th innings. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0 to Tongu. 99 pitches so far now for Enns. This is going to be pitch number 100 coming up on the ballgame. This would likely be the lefty's last inning of work. As he kicks and delivers. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So lefty Enns gets the sign from his catcher Mori. Now he's ready to deliver. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Enns is struggling a little bit here to get through this 6th inning. I wonder if we've got any action in the Lions bullpen yet. Tongu stands right at the very back of the batter's box. Here on the offering from Enns. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. One would have to think we're going to see a visit here from the pitching coach because, and sure enough, he's sprinting to the mound. As far as it looks like to me, it looks like he is definitely lost his touch and feel. I want to thank Kusal Katharenga, if I said that correctly, for joining the subscribers to this channel. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for listening in here tonight. He has joined us here on the Last Drops Baseball channel. So Kai Nakagawa is coming to the plate. That conference is now over. Nakagawa 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also struck out. So the runner at second is Yoshida. The runner at first is Tongu. Here comes the first offering to Nakagawa. Lefty Enns delivers. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I would have to think that, as we said, Enns is probably on his last inning of work here. You got to think that they're probably stretching some people out now in the bullpen to come in and replace Enns as needed. So here comes the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-handed hitting Nakagawa waggles the bat. Lefty Enns now comes set. He checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this is going to reach the seats down the right field line. That keeps the count at 1, brings the count to 1-2 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa, when we saw the series last week, he was batting in the 3 spot, but he's been dropped down in the batting order. His average has also slipped a little bit. There's definitely action going on now in the Lions bullpen. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball that misses down. The count is now 2-2 to Nakagawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-handed hitting Nakagawa waiting for Enns, and now Enns steps off the mound. He's going to reset himself. The runner at second is Yoshida. The runner at first is Tongu. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, Nakagawa steps out as this game of chess continues to be played by the pitcher and the catcher. So Enns gets his sign from Mori. Shakes him off. Shakes him off again. A 3rd time. I don't know what he wants. And now he's going to step off. So the catcher and the pitcher not on the same page at the moment. Friend Josh says, as an American, I enjoy the CFL when I can catch a game on ESPN2. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul. The count remains at 2-2 to Nakagawa. I have to be honest with you. I do like the rules of the game. And I like the way the pace of the game is played a little bit quicker. But if you take the American players, if you are going to be put them into playing that type of game, I think it would be a lot more fun. And here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And Tomoya Mori has taken the brunt of that one as he is down on all 4s. And the trainer has sprinted out to check on the catcher. He got that one right in the family jewels. Everybody from here to Osaka can feel the pain that man is in. It's going to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Josh makes an interesting point. He likes the wider field, which gives skilled players more room to make moves. You're absolutely correct. Which is why hockey had failed, in my opinion. Hockey would have opened up and went to the Olympic surface in the National Hockey League. It would have taken some of the big guys out of the rink and brought the smaller skilled players back into the game. And you would have had a lot more excitement in the National Hockey League. That's how it works sometimes. Well, Mori is still down. He is not moving there. You can tell that he's in a lot of pain. He's just, the way it's come up. We always like to say that when you're good, you don't have to wear a cup. But in Tomoya Mori's case, he is writhing in pain. One of the coaches is out there, the trainer's out there with him. Ever been hit in that particular spot, it makes you want to throw up sometimes. Or it feels like maybe sometimes that your family jewels are up in your throat. So they're going to have to just wait it off here to see how it is. I can think of some players that have been hurt playing in the game. Could not continue. I remember Nicholas Lidstrom in the Stanley Cup blocked the shot. As they're going to get him up and they're going to take him off the field. We're going to see if he's going to be done for the night or if they're going to go down into the trainer's room. That's what they usually do in Japan. So he's definitely feeling the wears of that one. That pitch was a breaking ball. It was fouled on and it came right, didn't even bounce, took it right square. And down he went. Hang tight, everybody. We're going to take 30 seconds. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll get back in here with you in 30 seconds. Welcome back, everybody. They took Mori into the trainer's room, so we're waiting on a decision to see if he's going to be fit to go on or not. I'm sure he's probably getting a couple of moments, probably some recovery here, so we'll see what their manager is going to do, but I have a feeling he's going to be here. Until then, Dietrich Enns just stands and pauses as he waits for somebody to come on out to catch him. As it is a 2-2 count to Kai Nakagawa with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th inning. Friend, the living room does not like the larger rinks. The larger rinks are actually, in my opinion, as I said, it'll bring back the skill player. It'll get rid of the clutching and grabbing that slows down the game. And then the other part that it does is it brings back the smaller skill player in. And you can see in the NHL when a guy who's bigger and slower, or for that matter, just goes and takes out the defenseman, if he comes in and skates, he takes himself out of the play. If you have to finish your check in the international level, you end up taking yourself out of the play. That's just the way it is. So it comes to Moyamori, and it looks like he is sufficiently enough to recover, and he'll be back here for the remainder of the ball game. He gets a nice round of applause from the crowd in the stands. So Kai Nakagawa here at the plate. As we said, with 2 balls and 2 strikes. A friend of the living room says John Scott All-Star MVP. That's the National Hockey League sham. There's a sideshow sham if there ever was one. John Scott, NHL All-Star MVP. Laughable. Okay, here comes the 2-2 pitch as Dietrich Enns is ready to go back to work since Mori is fit to go. And here's the pitch to Nakagawa. It's a breaking ball swung on it as pop foul. It's behind the first base dugout, and that's going to keep the count at 2-2. Our friend Josh says he always finds it interesting to see who could make it. Couldn't make the NHL, but could find the KHL to their liking. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Moving back and looking up, and this one is gone. A home run for Nakagawa. A 3-run shot. And just like that, that has cut the lead to 7-4. There you go, boys. If you guys were praying for the under, you might want to do something different now, because that is going to blow up your ticket. A 3-run homer by Nakagawa, and that's cut the lead to 7-4 here in the 6th inning. All of the damage here has come with 2 out. Everything got started with 2 out. The hit battered of Yoshida, and then the walk to Tongu, and now the 3-run shot. They're playing North American-style baseball. Earl Weaver somewhere is smiling on. That is a 3-run bomb to cut the lead to 7-4. That is going to be 1 batter too late as the pitching coach Toyota has come out to get the ball from Enns. We are going to have ourselves a pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments.
Videos by Freddie. They're fun. They're cool. Enjoy the game. Peace out and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Ryosuke Moriwaki coming into the ball game. As Moriwaki will be taking over the right-hander for Dietrich Enns, who went 5 2/3. 33 games so far on the season for Moriwaki. He's 1-1 with 1 save. He's worked 31 innings, allowed 24 hits. He's walked 6, struck out 26. He's got an ERA of 1.45. So Moriwaki on in relief of Dietrich Enns. It is now a 7-4 lead here for the Lions as they have given up 3 runs here in the 6th inning so far. Everything all coming with 2 outs as it was after the lineup by Nishino and the flyout by Valera. A hit by pitch on Yoshida, a walk to Tongu, and the 3-run shot by Nakagawa has cut the lead to 7-4. So here comes the first offering to Kenya Wakatsuki. It is a breaking ball that is waved at it, missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Wakatsuki tonight 0 for 2. He has popped to second and struck out his 2 times to the plate. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Moriwaki, who delivers a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Josh S. says John Scott has a new podcast called Dropping the Gloves. So here's the 1-1 pitch. He kicks in and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to be a single for Wakatsuki, and that's going to bring up Kentaro Kobayashi to the plate. So this one here is far from over as the Buffaloes are able to answer the bell here in the 6th inning. 3 runs of their own. So Wakatsuki, the runner at first, and Kobayashi to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out to second base, both of his times to the plate. And here comes the first offering from Moriwaki. He delivers a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted into deep left center field, racing back onto the warning track, and making the grab is Shohei Suzuki, and that is going to do it. As Kobayashi has gone for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, he sent it for a ride, just not deep enough. There was 3 runs in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6 complete. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions 7, the Orix Buffaloes 4. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with more in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel, and in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. It is a 2-0 lead for the Hanshin Tigers. The Shinichi Dragons. That game is going on right now in the 6th inning. It's the latest update we have on that one. It is, check that, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks have the lead over the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Hanshin and Shinichi are all locked up at 0s. That's in the top of the 6th inning. A rookie making his debut for the Tigers, Daichi Mariki, 5 innings, 1 hit, and 4 strikeouts. He's having himself quite his NPB debut for the 19-year-old right-hander. So that is going to bring, for the Lions to the plate, it's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. That means it's going to be Nin-Ting Wu, Shohei Suzuki, and Brian O'Grady. As they are coming to bat here, and we do have a pitching change again for the Buffaloes. As it is going to be number 46. This is going to be Honda coming into the game. So Hitomi Honda on in relief. Right-hander is taking over here for Higa. And here's Honda ready to go to work. He kicks. He delivers a fastball that misses outside. The count is 0-1, or 1-0 to Nin-Ting Wu. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hitomi Honda, as we said, on in relief. And here comes the offering from Honda. He kicks and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike. It counts 1-1. Wu today is 2 for 2. He's also walked. He's been on base all 3 times he's come to bat. Looks like Wu is finally starting to heat up a little bit. He's waiting here on the offering from Honda. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the 3rd base line. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The viewer asked the question about how do you think the playoffs are going to play out for the NPB? So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on it. It's chopped up the middle. Kobayashi fields it. He throws to first. It's going to retire Wu on a ground out 6-3. First out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Shohei Suzuki. It's still a little early yet. We still got another 5 weeks of the season still to play. I would have to say probably if I was anticipating, obviously the Swallows are shoo-ins to make the playoffs. The Bay Stars have played a lot better, put themselves into that 2nd playoff spot right now. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. count is 1-0 to Suzuki. It's basically a 3-team race for the third spot between the Tigers, the Giants, and the Carp. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0. Right now, the Tigers are playing the best baseball of that group. They're 6-4 in their last 10. The Giants and the Carp are 3-7 in their last 10. They're playing each other tonight. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. Kicks and delivers, does hot. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-0. So really could be any one of those 3 teams. And those teams that get into the playoffs, I don't think they're going to do much damage. I think Yokohama would be favored, obviously, to win. And when it gets to the Yokohama final against the Swallows, there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count's now 3-1. I think that could go either way. I think the Bay Stars have played the better baseball in the second half of the year. The Swallows have struggled, but they may be starting to get it going after they were ravaged a bit by the COVID bug. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. It's fielded neatly by the second baseman, Nishino. He throws to first. He's going to retire Suzuki on a ground out, 4-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That's going to bring up Brian O'Grady. Pacific League. Well, I think Chiba is starting to fade away here. Although I have to say that they are 7 back of the leaders, Fukuoka. I think the Hawks will get in. I think the Lions will get in. And I'm not sure that the Golden Eagles are playing well enough to get in. A little disappointing, especially how they started the year, if you're an Eagles fan. Here's the first pitch to Brian O'Grady. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. It's trouble. If it stays fair, it's going to be gone. But this ball is going to be hooking just foul down the right field line. That's going to be a long strike for Brian O'Grady. He absolutely destroyed that pitch on the inner half of the plate. Barrel head out, but that ball just wasn't able to stay fair. Ball was hit into the 5th deck as well. Or the top deck, I guess the 3rd deck. So no balls and 1 strike to O'Grady. Fastball that just misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So I would probably say it's going to be the Lions and the Buffaloes and the Hawks that will make the Pacific League playoffs. Because the Fighters and the Marines, in my opinion, they're not going to do it. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2 to O'Grady. So then who do I see coming out? Well, again, it's a little bit far away. Whoever's starting to play their better baseball in the month of September. I don't see Orix getting back to the championship, but I can see Fukuoka easily playing the Swallows. See that being as the Japan series. So here comes the 1-2 pitch to O'Grady. Kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down. It's going to get up the gap, and it's off the wall. O'Grady digging for 2, and he's cruising into second base with a stand-up 2-out double. That is going to be his first hit of the evening. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Ito. And that looks like it's going to be the end of the night for O'Grady. We may have a pinch runner for him. Good piece of hitting by the Lions left fielder. He stayed inside the ball. He was able to hit that ball into the pull gap. High fives all the way around as he returns to the dugout, as his day is done. We do have a pinch runner in for him. The first pitch is delivered to Ito. He takes it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Ito tonight, 2 for 3. Single, a double, an RBI, and he's grounded out. As we check on the pinch runner, it's Nishikawa in the ball game to run for O'Grady. Nishikawa will have to keep an eye to see if he stays in the game. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to deep right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It's off the wall. A run is going to come around to score, as it's going to be extra bases for Ito. A RBI double, his 3rd hit of the game. His 2nd RBI as the runner Nishikawa is going to score from second base. That's going to run the score line now to 8-4. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Shuta Tonosaki. Living Room says the Seibu players are all fat. Not so sure about that one, Living Room. So Tonosaki, who steps to the plate, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also walked. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Tonosaki. Saki batting from the right side against the right-hander Honda. He's on in relief here for the Buffaloes. He checks the runner, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is hit over to the shortstop. Kobayashi throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 6-3 to end the inning, but not before more damage has been done. There was a run in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 6.5 innings. Your score is the Seibu Seibu Lions 8 and the Orix Buffaloes 4. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. I'm going to have to put this on the loop as we got to get to the washroom in between innings. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Yet another pitching change is going to happen here in this one as the Lions are going to the bullpen again. It is going to be a right-hander taking over on the hill, and this one is going to be number 69. This is Yoshinobu Mizukami. So he is on in relief. This is going to be the 3rd pitcher used. This one here. There are some defensive changes. We'll have to get some of those for you as they come to bat or in the next half inning, as we get the official word from our Pacific League. So this is going to be number 69 in the ball game. Yoshinobu Mizukami in. So Mizukami is the 3rd pitcher used tonight by the Lions, and he's going to be facing, leading off here in the inning. This is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order. It is Kodai Sano, who takes a first pitch fastball for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Sano will be followed by the top of the order, Fukuda and Nishino. They face the right-hander Mizukami. Works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Mizukami gets the side from his catcher, Mori, and now he kicks and he delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Most of the damage all came in the fourth inning for the Lions when they scored 5 runs on 8 hits. Lions have pounded out 14 hits tonight against the Buffalo's pitchers. They have themselves an 8-4 lead here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And here's the pitch from Mizukami. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right center field, racing over and making the catch as the right fielder Ido. That's going to retire Sano for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. All for Fukuda tonight. He's 1 for 3. He got the scoring going in the first inning for the Buffaloes. He singled and scored a run. He's also flown out to left and grounded into a double play. So 1 for 3 for Fukuda. Right-hander Mizukami ready to go to work here. As here comes the first offering to Fukuda. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Fukuda really works the count in this ball game here tonight. He had that first at bat of the inning against Dietrich Enns. He took him for 9 pitches before he singled. We've watched Fukuda play during the year. He rarely ever swings at the first pitch, and he usually battles deep into the counts. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that's spiked up to the plate. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. Right-hander Mizukami, as we said, the third pitcher used by the Lions. Turkens was cruising along pretty much through most of the ball game. Even with 2 outs in the 6th inning, finally it got a kink in his armor. There's a breaking ball that just misses outside. The count is now 2-1. That has been where this game has changed a little bit. 3-run homer was the last pitch that Enns had thrown. That had tightened the ball game back up. So here comes the 2-1 offering as Cammy delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. It's an 8-4 lead here for the Lions in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mizukami gets the sign from Mori. Now he works set. Here he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded just foul down the first base line. That's going to run the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The other scores, no change. The Hawks are leading the Fighters 2-0. That's in the top of the 7th. Over in the bottom of the 6th, the Dragons and the Tigers locked at 0s. So here comes the 3-2 offering from Mizukami. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Buffaloes are starting to see the sand in the hourglass start to slip away as we got 7 outs left, 8 outs left to play with. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. The righty comes set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up in the infield. It's playable here by the shortstop Genda. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Fukuda for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Masahiro Nishino. The Dragons and the Tigers locked at 0s in the bottom of the 6th inning. 19-year-old Moriki, who got the start tonight, been excellent in his NPB debut. So Nishino to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's walked. He's popped to the. He's lined to the shortstop and struck out looking. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nishino. Nishino batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Mizukami. Leans in, he gets the sign from his catcher, and he works set. There's the 0-1 offering as he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We are going to try to do some more calls, as we said, during the week. I'll be adding games as we go, but you'll have to check the channel for those updates. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers Mizukami. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout. Ball and 2 strikes. Last night, looking over some of the impressive feats in last night's ball games around the NPB, Cody Ponce fired the 5th no-hitter of the season as the Fighters had beaten the Hawks. Pretty impressive when we checked the stuff this morning when I got off the plane. There's the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Also, too, I thought it was interesting that Patrick Kivlahan was the 5th player in Japanese pro ball with the 3 homers in the same game. It's the first time in his career. It's only happened 4 other times. I find that strikingly hard to believe. So here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses outside. Count is now 3-2 to Nishino. The others he joined were Takuji Kawasaki of the 1949 Giants, Koichi Yasui of the 1950 Flyers, Charlie Hood of the 1953 Orions, and the 1982 Swallows was Dan Briggs. Pretty crazy. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Count remains at 3-2. The interesting part about that is that there are a couple other little pieces to this. Yokohama Danop Bay Stars got crushed last night by the Swallows. They gave up 7 home runs in the game last night. It was back in year 2000, the last time that their pitching had allowed that. Pretty nuts. So here comes the 3-2 offering again as right-hander delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. So that wide strike zone that the home plate umpire was exhibiting in the first few innings has gone away as Nishino's got himself a base on balls. That's going to bring up Breivik Valera. Well, for Valera tonight, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to the warning track in left field his last time up. His only time up. He came in to replace Yuma Mune. They are on the phone to the bullpen already, are the Lions. They aren't concerned. So right-hander Mizukami ready to go back to work. Valera is at the plate here as he waggles the bat. 0 for 1 tonight. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Valera came into the game. They put him over at second base. Moving some bodies around the infield. So no balls and 1 strike to Valera. The runner at first is Nishino. And Mizukami gets his sign from his catcher. Mori works set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that, not sure where that pitch was, but they call that one a ball. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Valera. Waits here on the offering from Mizukami. Boy, oh boy, this game here is really ground to a halt tonight with the runs, but also, too, we're on our way to a 4-hour game. I can just feel it. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. Tanasaki fields it. He steps on the bag at second base. That's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Nishino on a fielder's choice to 4 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Buffaloes. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We are now through 7 complete innings. It is Seibu Seibu Lions 8, the Orix Buffaloes 4. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Lions in their half of the 8th inning. Suzuki Genda, Tomoya Mori, and Hatake Yamakawa. Get things going here. We're going to just take a quick peek to see if they're going to leave Honda in the game or if they've gone back to the pen. So Genda to come to bat. Genda is 1 for 4 tonight, a single in 4 trips. And here comes the first offering from Honda. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So they are staying with Honda for another inning. As we said, Honda is the 5th pitcher that's been used tonight by the Buffaloes. It was the 2nd pitcher, Yamazaki, who really lit the fire and stoked the flames. And this one here, here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. Yamazaki had allowed 5 runs back in the 4th inning. Problem was he had allowed 6 hits in a row to the Seibu Seibu Lions. There's the breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Genda. Honda gets his sign from his catcher, Wakatsuki, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. That's going to get down on a hop to the left fielder, Nakagawa. It's going to be a base hit here for Suzuki Genda. He's aboard with a single. That's going to bring up Tomoya Mori. While Mori has had a rough day at the office, he's not so much on the offensive side. He's been on base 3 out of 4 times. He doubled and knocked a run in the 4th. He walked. In the 5th, he bounced into a fielder's choice. He has popped out to the shortstop. He scored a couple of runs and driven in a run, but it was the foul ball that got him flush right in the family jewels a couple innings ago that has made it a difficult night for him. But it looks like his night is done. They aren't going to be bringing in a different catcher. It's going to be Suge coming up to the plate. Here's the bunt, and he takes the first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Mori's night is done. Suge is in. We wondered how long or if Mori would be able to continue. That is a tough night for Tomoya Mori. So Sena Suge in here to hit. And more than likely in to catch as well. They throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Genda. Suge on the season, he's the most he's ever played in the NPB. This is his 36th appearance. He's batting 188. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. Runner gets his lead at first. Suge again squaring the bunt. This time he gets it down. It's right back to the pitcher. It's fielded by Honda. He throws to first. Ooh, it almost evaded the first baseman. It was thrown more toward the foul territory side as Imatongu had to make a nice catch. It's going to retire Suge on a sacrifice. It's going to go 1-3. Genda is going to advance over to second base. I'll bring up the designated hitter, Hatake Yamakawa. Well, Yamakawa tonight is 3 for 4. He's got 3 singles. He's driven a run. He's scored a run. That's here in the top of the 8th inning as the Lions are enjoying a 8-4 lead. Here comes the first offering from the righty Honda. He checks the runner and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and pop foul behind home plate. And the count is 0-1. A friend of the living room says he's up to bed. Well, you can see how this game is probably going to continue to be an offensive one, that's for sure. Lots of scoring in this one early and often has been the recipe. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Racing back on the warning track is the center fielder, and he's going to watch that one go as a home run for Yamakawa. It's going to be his league-leading 37th. That is going to put the Lions up 10-4. As Yamakawa rounds the base pass. A 2-run shot here. That's his 4th hit of the ball game. Genda scores in front of him. Yamakawa extends the Lions' lead to 10-4. What more can you say there? He's getting all the high fives. So on the Buffalo's home park, they are absolutely laying it to him. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Takia Nakamura. From the living room says that's a good night shot, unless they go back-to-back. First pitch to Nakamura is taken for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Nakamura tonight is 1 for 4. He singled and scored a run, and he struck out 3 other times. Here's the pitch from Honda. It's a fastball that just misses outside. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Nakamura got into it with the home plate umpires last time up, as he sure didn't like the call that the home plate umpire had made. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Looking at the scores on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Hawks have extended their lead to 6-0 over the Fighters. That's in the top of the 7th inning. That last pitch was swung on and missed by Nakamura, and the count's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Nakamura is down on strikes for the 4th time tonight. He is out number 2, and that is going to leave it all up to Ning-Ting Wu. The Chibalote Marines got the scoring going open. That game is the last one in the Pacific League to start. They hold a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Nichi Dragons have scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th. They have a 3-0 lead over the Hanshin Tigers. That's the only game that's going on in the Central League. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Wu. So 1 ball and no strikes. Wu tonight, 2 for 3. He's got a couple of singles. He scored a run. He's driven in 1. He's also got a walk. The fastball swung on it is popped up over on the third base side, and that is going to reach the seats. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wu. As the right-hander Honda is ready to go back to work. And now he rocks, he kicks, and he delivers. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Ning-Ting Wu. Wu's waggling the bat. Here comes the offering from the righty Honda, who kicks. He delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. 16 hits in this ball game so far for the Lions. It doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 3-2 on Wu. For those of you who are new to the channel, be sure to take a look and bookmark the channel. We give our picks of the day, and we posted those up to the channel page earlier today, and so far we're in pretty good shape. There's a fastball swung on its lifted foul into the seats. High home plate, and that keeps the count at 3-2. The only one that we are currently with the X against us would be the Hanshin game. The Tigers are behind the Dragons. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the pitcher Honda offers here to Wu. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's lifted into deep left center field. Racing over on it and making the catch is Fukuda. And that is going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the 8th. But there was more damage done. The 2-run homer by Otaka Yamakawa has increased the lead to 10-4. There was 2 runs in the inning. There was 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 7.5. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions 10 and the Orix Buffaloes 4. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with more action after this. Appreciate you, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We'll be back in 30 after this with all the calls. Appreciate you guys coming. Welcome back, everybody. Coming to bat for the Buffaloes, or scheduled to come to bat for the Buffaloes in their half of the 8th inning. It is going to be Masataka Yoshida, Yuma Tangu, and Kai Nakagawa. There is a pitching change, as it is going to be the right-hander Birch Smith on in relief. This is going to be his 12th appearance of the year. He's 1-0. He's worked 27 2/3 innings. He's allowed 21 hits. Has walked 9 and struck out 22. He's got an ERA of 2.60. So Birch Smith, the 4th pitcher used tonight by the Seibu Seibu Lions. So Yoshida steps to the plate. He was 0 for 2 tonight, but he was hit by a pitch and scored a run on the 3-run homer by Kai Nakagawa his last time up. Takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So Smith rocking into the motion. He kicks. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. Racing back on it and on the edge of the warning track and making the grab. That's the center fielder Shohei Suzuki, and that is going to retire Yoshida for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's scheduled to bring up Yuma Tangu. Well, for Tangu tonight, he is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. He's walked and scored a run. As the right-hander Smith is ready to go to work, he rocks into motion and delivers. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tangu. Right-handed hitter is waggling the bat. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 0-2 to Tangu. Tangu will be followed by Kai Nakagawa here in the 8th inning. It's a 10-4 scoreline. Lions have done their damage a couple of times with multiple runs. So look at the scoreline. The Marines have now added a couple of more runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Tangu is gone for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up Kai Nakagawa to the plate. Marines have added a couple of more runs. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the 1st, and they are still hitting. It's the left-hander Hayakawa for the Golden Eagles. So Kai Nakagawa steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a home run. He's single in those 3 trips. He's also driven in 3. That was his 4th homer of the year, his last time up. The first pitch is a fastball Looking for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nakagawa. Our friend Random Guy pops in. He says, where do you guys watch the games? Hang tight. I'll give you some information, and you can go and hunt it down. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Nakagawa as he fouled that last pitch off. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. His first Birch Smith rocks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away. The count now goes to 1-2. So if you've got Google on your computer, go to Google and type in live QQ. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Smith delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count remains at 1-2 to Nakagawa. Once you do that, you're going to see a whole lot of Chinese characters. Use your Google Translate on the page to be able to translate some of the stuff. And you just have to play around with it on the site. There's all kinds of live stuff going on. Be able to pick up some of the stuff there. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. So there's a fastball swung on, and it's line foul over the first base dugout, and that keeps the count at 1-2 to Nakagawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Birch Smith gets the sign from his catcher, Senisuge, and rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball that's lifted into shallow center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. It was an excuse me single by Nakagawa. He just kind of threw the bat out at it. That is going to drop in for a hit. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game. That is going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. All for Wakatsuki tonight. He is 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. He's also popped to second and struck out. It's been a good ball game for Nakagawa. He's definitely played well in the effort here by the Buffaloes. Here's the first pitch from Smith. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. They anticipate that they're probably going to have some more pitching changes to follow in the next inning. So it looks like they're going to finish this one out. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Wakatsuki. Should he reach base, it'll be Kitaro Kobayashi. He's waiting on deck. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on his balls, lifted into straightaway center field. Moving back on it is Suzuki. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here, as that'll retire the side for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 8 complete. It is the Lions 10 and the Buffaloes 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple more minutes. Appreciate you all for checking in tonight. Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support you give to our channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody, with the call after this. Welcome back, everybody. Slated to come to bat here for the Lions in their half of the top of the ninth. It'll be Suzuki, Nishikawa, and Ito. We'll have to get you all the other updates as we're able to move along here. It is going to be yet another pitching change, as the Orix Buffaloes are going to be turning to their right-hander, Yuki Utagawa. Utagawa is coming into the game. He's making his 8th appearance. 6 in the 3rd innings, pitched 5 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 2.84 ERA, as he is going to be facing the first hitter here in Shohei Suzuki, and he delivers a first pitch fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Seen Utagawa pitch before a couple of times, and he has looked very good. We saw one game where he imploded and had to be hooked out. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. He's got a power arm out of the bullpen. There's something that is definitely to get excited about. He is in his rookie season, and he's 23 years old. He'll be 24 after the season. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded, just fouled on the third base line. It's going to run the count to 1-2 now to Suzuki. So Utagawa, the big right-hander, on in relief. This is the sixth pitcher used tonight by the Buffaloes. There's a fastball swung on. It's in the dirt. It's fielded by the catcher, Wakatsuki, and now he throws over to first base. That's going to go down as a strikeout. 2-3. That is going to retire Shohei Suzuki for the first out of the inning. That's slated to bring up Nishikawa, who pinch ran, I should say, for Brian O'Grady the last time through the order. So Aya Nishikawa takes the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. This is his 31st game of the year. He's still looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 28. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over by home plate. The catcher, Wakatsuki, is underneath it. He makes the catch. So you can extend that. He is now 0 for 29. And you know what? It's an unbelievable number. He was 0 for 20 last year, did not get a hit. He's got 49 consecutive at-bats over the last 2 years without getting a base hit. That is absolutely incredible. Nishikawa continues that dubious streak. He's out number 2 here, and that is going to leave it up to the right fielder, Ito. Well, Ito tonight has had a great ball game. He's had 3 hits in his 4 trips. Except defensively, he made that gaffe in the first inning that pretty much almost set the tone negatively for the Lions as he allowed a ball to get by him, and that scored a run. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Ito, but he's made up for it offensively. That's for sure, with a run scored and 2 RBIs. So here comes the 2-0 pitch from Utagawa. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on, and it's popped up over behind the shortstop. Camping out underneath it is Kirbiashi. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it. It's going to retire Ito for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 8.5. It is a 10-4 ball game. Our friend Darren has popped in to say hello, and we appreciate you, Darren. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll be right back with the call at the bottom of the 9th inning in just a couple of moments. Hang tight, guys. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Seibu Lions, and they're turning it over to their Honda. This is going to be Keisuke Honda. He's going to be working his 38th game of the year. He's 3-2. He's at 40 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 30 hits. He's walked 12, and he has struck out 30. He's got an ERA of 1.99. So Keisuke Honda on in relief, as he is looking to finish this ball game off for the Lions here tonight against the Buffaloes. Buffaloes are down to their final 3 outs. It's going to be the 8-9-1 hitters in Kotaro Kirbiashi, Kudai Sano, and Shuhei Fukuda. Face the right-hander Honda here. Friend Darren says, did you get to do any MLB today? No, didn't. We are on the East Coast. So we had a flight yesterday, and it was spent pretty much being jet lagged throughout the day, trying to get a little bit of sleep. Still on West Coast time, some degree, as it's 3:30 a.m. Eastern time. First pitch, that's a fastball that misses down and away to Kobayashi for ball one. The count is 1-0. I did get a chance to take a look at some scores recently as we were doing this one. Games that interested me. There was a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. The Blue Jays got beat by Shohei Ohtani today. Ohtani went 7 strong. Angels knocked off the Blue Jays 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kobayashi as the right-hander Honda gets his sign from his catcher Suge. Now he kicks. And he delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 2-1. So it'll be next week or so. We are going to do some games. We just haven't lined up our schedule quite yet. We are going to be doing some more games here. Even though we are away, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kobayashi. So we'll try to put it up about 6 or 7 hours before we do it, although the Japanese game, we're looking at maybe doing something Tuesday at 5 a.m. Eastern. That'll be something that will be added late to the docket. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is going to remain at 2-2 to Kobayashi. So if you're around up at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern, be sure to check us out. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kobayashi is waiting on the offering here from the righty Honda, who kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined up into center field for a base hit. Kobayashi is going to be aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Kudai Sano. So it was a good swing by Kobayashi, getting himself his first base hit of the evening. So the Buffaloes are still not dead yet. So Kobayashi is the runner over at first base. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Kodai Sano. The Buffaloes are going to the bench yet again. So it looks like it's going to be Noguchi coming in to hit. This is Tomoya Noguchi. Here comes the first offering here from Honda. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken over for a called strike. The count is no balls and 1 strike. .224 on the season. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. Defense is playing in behind the runner at first. They're not holding on Kobayashi. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Noguchi. Left-handed hitting. Noguchi waggles the bat. And here comes the 0-2 pitch from Honda as he works set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a split finger pitch that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Honda looking to finish it off here in the 9th inning. He's got a runner on first and nobody out. Here comes the pitch to Noguchi. It's a split finger pitch, waved at and missed. He's gone down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Shuhei Fukuda. Just as a reminder, be sure to stick around after the game. We'll give you the update on all the out-of-town scores. Let you know where they all fit in before we knock this one down for the night. So Noguchi is gone. Brings up Shuhei Fukuda. Fukuda is 1 for 4 tonight. He singled and scored a run in the first inning, and then he's Flown to left, popped to short, and he's grounded into a double play. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Fukuda. Right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is now 1-1. You just need to go right after and attack the hitters. Pretty simple as that. Got a 6-run cushion. Only 2 outs that the Lions have, or that the Buffaloes have to work with before this one gets in the books. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Honda checks the runner at first. Now he's ready to deliver. He kicks the fastball, swung on it, grounded over to first. Fielded neatly by the first baseman, Wu. He steps on the bag. That is going to retire Fukuda on a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning. In advance of the runner, Kobayashi over to second. It's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Masahiro Nishino. For Nishino on the evening, he's 0 for 2. He's walked twice. He's struck out and lined to the shortstop. His average has slipped to 263 on the evening. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Honda. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Nishino waggles the bat. The Buffaloes are down to their final out here in the 9th inning. Runner at second is Kobayashi. There is 2 gone. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking forward to tomorrow, as we're going to get a chance, we mentioned earlier in the stream, we're going to go to Greenfield Village in Dearborn, Michigan. We've got some vintage baseball, 1867 style. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good video for that. And here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 2-1. We'll be at the Tigers and the Mariners game on Tuesday evening in Detroit. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good video on that one as well. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nishino. Right-hander Honda works set. Now he steps off the backside of the rubber and is too much concerned with the runner at second base rather than focusing his attention on the hitter. They're down to their final out here. So Nishino waggles the bat. The right-hander Honda. He now works set. Checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses outside. And the count is now 3-1. It'll be Breivik Valera who waits on deck. As Valera had come into the ball game for Yumamune back in the 6th inning. So here comes the 3-1 offering as the right-hander gets the sign. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back over on it and making the grab. As the left fielder, and that is going to do it here, that is going to retire a side for the 3rd out of the inning. That ball was hauled in to do it here for out number 3. It looked like it was Ito making the grab as he had moved over to left. So there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your final score is the Seibu Seibu Lions 10, the Orix Buffaloes 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll wrap this up and all the other games after this, aside from us, of course, because his is all about the memorabilia end of things. And, of course, is Wager Wednesday. Well, everybody, just taking a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, the only game going on in the Central League, it is a 4-0 lead now for the Chinichi Dragons. 4-6-0 for the Dragons, 0-5-0 for the Tigers. That's in the bottom of the 8th inning. Game is still going on in Nagoya. In the Pacific League, it is a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks against the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. Fighters are still batting with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. 6-9-0 for the Hawks, 0-4-0 for the Fighters. Top of the 3rd inning, it is a 4-0 lead for the Chibalote Marines. As they added to their lead in the bottom of the 2nd. They scored 3 in the 1st. They added 1 in the 2nd inning. 4-6-0 for the Marines, 0-1-0 for the Golden Eagles. Your final here tonight was the Saitama Seibu Lions 10 and the Orix Buffaloes 4. 10 runs, 16 hits, 1 errors for the Lions, 4-8-1 for the Buffaloes. The winner is going to go to Dietrich Enns of the Lions. He went 5 2/3 innings. He goes to 9-6. The loss goes to the second Yamazaki, and that would be Fukuya Yamazaki. He drops to 4-7 on the year. Home runs in this game here. Yamakawa hit his 37th for the Lions. Nakagawa hit his 4th for the Buffaloes. Once again, your final score was 10-4. We appreciate everybody who listened in tonight. We'll be updating in the next little bit. Our friend Troy popped in to say hello. We'll be back again later in the week. As we say, we're in the Motor City. See the Tigers and the Mariners on Tuesday. Be over at Greenfield Village tomorrow checking out some vintage baseball. So hopefully you guys can pop in and join us at some point during the week when we post up our games. We're going to try to do a Tuesday 5 a.m. affair. Hopefully you can join us for that one. The NPB action on Tuesday, 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific if you're in North America. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you all for listening in and for being here again tonight. We'll catch you guys again later.